Yeah, we're getting set for the kickoff between the Saints of Carroll College and the Lights of MSU-Northern.
That's funny. I had Alabama against Georgia, but I guess that was last week. So we're good. We're good to go. How's it sounding, Marty?
Still can't hear each other. We're okay. We're okay. We can live with it.
It's the Game of the Week, brought to you by the Montana Chevy Dealers and sponsored by Quit Now Montana and My Life, My Quit, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Opportunity Bank.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
By the time this Patriots fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Patriots watching. Better with Pepsi.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
Hey.
Get off your...
Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
Monday, Helena, Montana, Frontier Conference Football. Rocky Erickson alongside Joe McMahon. The Saints, 2-0 in the Frontier. Joe, they lead the conference standings, but they're not one of the 4 Frontier Conference teams ranked in the top 16.
You're right, sitting at the top, but they don't have a number in that ranking. 4 other teams in the Frontier Conference do. And for MSU-Northern, they're seeking their first win here of the season as they come in and looking for that win here at Carroll College. And they've played quite a few times over the last few years, and the last 11, Carroll's won. So it'll be a big shot for Northern Montana if they can get a win here today.
It's going to be fun because this is a different look MSU-Northern Lights team. A year ago, they struggled on the ground. They averaged just 23 yards a game on the ground. Now they run the option. Now they're one of the top running teams in the Frontier Conference, averaging over 150 yards a game. The Governor's here. Governor Greg Gianforte.
Well, he lives here, so, he didn't make it.
Well, that's a good point. Good point. He gets to flip the coin. How about Mason Dion, the 6', 219-pound junior running back out of Havre? He's averaging 103 yards a game. He went for 107 against Mayville, 94 against Rocky, and 109 against Arizona Christian.
Yeah.
And he has been outstanding this year. And their games have been very competitive.
Very competitive. Arizona Christian and MSU-Northern engaged in a very, very close football game last weekend. And MSU-Northern came out on the short end. But they're a team that are building for the future. They have quite a few underclassmen on this team. 71 as a rough count on their roster. 71 freshmen or sophomores on that team.
And it's the running backs for the Saints. Well, the running back core is being depleted. Xavier Ford rushes for 151 yards in game one against Tech. He gets hurt the first carry against Rocky. Then last week, they lose running back Peter Menert. They lose Max Lehman. And they're down to their third, fourth, and fifth string running backs.
It's that depth that every Frontier Conference coach will tell you have to have because it's next man up mentality. Somebody gets hurt, you got to have somebody ready to step in. And for Carroll, they're relying on, you're right, the number 4, number 5 kids coming out of fall camp to step in and produce here for them. They have to have a running game to complement Jack Perkin, that passing game.
The Carroll College Saints, their captains, meet in the 50-yard line, midfield. They're in the purple uniforms with white numbers. The lights of MSU-Northern, the white uniforms with maroon numbers. It is a bit windy. And the Governor flips the coin, and the white hat checks it out. Northern has won the toss. Now, this is rare.
Yeah.
Usually, when you win the toss, they all defer.
They all do.
And, Joe, I will never, ever understand that. But today, Northern wins the toss, and they're going to have the football
first. They
first.
want to get their offense out on the field, and for Carroll, defensively, that's a strength for them. Again, 2 shutouts in their last 2 games, looking for a third one here. But Northern, they want to get going right away and get their offense out on the field.
And the last time that the Saints have had back-to-back shutouts, you got to go all the way back to 2007 when they defeated Montana Western 42-0. They got by Tech 17-zip. They actually had 3 shutouts in a row as they beat Rocky 42-0. The Saints are 3-1 overall. They've won their last 3. They lost the opener to Tech here at home in front of 6,000 fans at Nelson Stadium. The first game on the turf and the first night game.
Yep. It all
with
happened.
The lights.
It all happened right here. The bad news is for Saint fans, they lost. The good news is it didn't count in the Frontier Conference, and they'll meet Tech again later this year.
And that game will count. Carroll will kick off. A big crowd as usual here at Nelson Stadium. Valley Bank Field, the Saints, number 2 in the nation. In attendance, of course, a crowd of 6,000 for that opener against Tech, and when they hosted Simpson for homecoming, had a big crowd on that day as well. It's sunny. It's 61 degrees at kickoff, Joe, but we got wind.
We got a little bit of wind out of the west at about 17 miles an hour, gusting up to 30 miles an hour, so that might be a factor here for MSU-Northern. Jeremiah Benson and Coulter Wolstead back to return this kick. It looks like it is number 0, Nick Klaus, the redshirt freshman out of Seattle, Washington, who will tee it up for the Saints. Yeah, great day for football. Great football games throughout the state within 100 miles of Helena. Either way, you got the Bobcats teeing it up here pretty quick, and the Grizzlies on the other end. So football all across central Montana.
And I'm not sure. They might have to have somebody hold the football so it doesn't blow over on the tee here.
Well, he's got it on there right now, and it looks like it's going to hold up. We'll wait and see.
Third Frontier Conference game of the season for both these teams. The Saints of Carroll College sitting on top. The Frontier Conference standings at 2-0. A beautiful sunny day here in Helena. Total leather. And this game is
back.
Underway, and that was with the wind, right, Joe?
Yeah. He put it 6 yards into the end zone, and it'll be MSU Northern ball to start the game, but no return on that one. Start up to 25. Here we go. Carroll defense has been pretty stout the last 3 games. And actually against Tech, the second half they played well. So they're coming along.
Back-to-back shutouts for the Saints. They've been simply outstanding. They shut out Simpson on homecoming 52-zip, and then they won on the road. They shut out Arizona Christian 28-0.
Carroll in a 4-man front. It's Brooks who gets the opening snap. And the
Oh, did
ground.
not get the ball, and Carroll.
Come up with
Did
that.
they recover? They say they did.
Yep, they looked to pitch the ball back to number 21, Coulter Wolstad, and the pitch was behind him, and it was recovered by Carroll. For Carroll, it looked like I think number 39, Marty, got in there and picked up that ball. We'll watch it on the replay. Trying to pitch it to the trail man, and a great hit, good time defensively that time. Big time hit by number 55, caused that fumble for Carroll College, their linebacker, number 56.
And White was the intended running back to get the football, and it was not there. What great field position. The Saints drive will start at the 17-yard line. Jack Perka out of the shotgun, and Perka wants to throw on first down. Perka will run the 20, the 15, and Perka at the 10-yard line. Not much of a rush at all. Perka's rushed for over 120 yards this season.
Brought down by Braden Klein, a sophomore, 6'3", 233. But, yeah, a nice run. Perka just opened up in front of him. Good coverage by MSU Northern in the secondary, but Perka saw that opening. And he can hurt you not only throwing the ball, a 4-year starter, but he can run. And when he does, they seem to have a much better balanced attack.
LaFerge in the backfield. They're going to go end around. A Colchin at the 5. A Colchin gets tripped up at about the 2-yard line.
A great call that time by Alex Fanasteel, the offensive coordinator for Carroll. Just a misdirection play got MSU Northern moving to their side, and Colchin beat him to the corner.
It will be a first down, so the Saints knock on the door early. On their first drive, the very first play from scrimmage, Northern fumbled the football on a poor pitch. It's going to be first and goal. From the 3-yard line, Perka's going to come under center for the first time in the game. Handoff, last man through, and that's LaForge, and he gets nowhere. Remember, the Saints are without Xavier Ford. He went out the first play against Rocky after a 151-yard rushing game. They lost Minard, a running back, and Lehman last week.
Wow. Man, when it strikes, it really strikes sometimes to some teams, and for Carroll, that's a tough one to get over. But this is a time to get in some reps for these other kids that have been showing up at practice every day.
And LaForge stopped again, and how about that
Great
Northern
job.
defense?
Defensive front really coming through here for MSU Northern. That's right, number 55 was in on that play along with Philip Haynes, number 56.
And now it's going to be third down and goal for the Saints. They come in 3-1 on the year, 2-0 in the conference. The Lights are 0-3 on the season, 0-2 in conference play. Now Perka's back out of the shotgun. And Perka, handoff, up the middle of the Forge, into the end zone, touchdown to the Saints are on the scoreboard first.
Great read that time by Jack Perka. He put the ball in the belly of LaForge and saw the defense shift towards Perka as he worked the left side, and he left the ball there, and LaForge took it into the end zone. Carroll strikes first. 6-0 Carroll.
And on for the PAT, Spencer Berger. He has not missed. The kicker out of Billings West High. Berger, 14 of 14 of the season. Snap back. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Saints lead early, 7-0 over the Lights.
Your estimated wait time is 45 minutes.
Are you tired of being on hold? Then don't leave your money with strangers. Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
When you work with us, you work with community members who make time for you.
Our goal is to strengthen relationships and give back to our community.
We always work to be part of our community. So if that's important to you, don't leave your money with strangers.
Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
Ascent Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
A1 Rentals, locally owned and operated, has been serving Helena since 1959. We offer rental items for the do-it-yourselfer to major construction companies, backhoes, floor care, lawn equipment, automotive, concrete work, generators, heaters, electrical, drywall, and more. We can help with any job, no matter how big or small. And we still have concession machines for your next party. A1 Rentals on Cedar Street in Helena.
Yep, same tune.
Well, that play, John, that took 5 plays. That covered 17 yards on the opening drive for the Saints after MSU-Northern fumbled the football on their first play from scrimmage. So the Saints out on top early, and now because of the wind, the ball has to be held on the tee. It is a bit breezy on this Saturday afternoon from Helena. And the Lights will have the football for the second time. And with the wind to the back, that's going to go in the end zone as well. So the Lights will come back on the field with their offense. Their defense had a nice stand. They almost stopped them.
The goal line, you're right. The first 2 plays from 1st and 10 from inside the 5, they stopped Carroll College cold. But Carroll, on the 3rd play, Fanestill, the offensive coordinator, mixed it up a little bit, and Perka made a great read on the handoff, left it in LaForge's belly, and he took it into the end zone.
And the quarterback is Ashton Platt out of Great Falls High. And as I say that, Brooks is now in.
Brooks, yeah, they started
Brooks
him.
comes in at quarterback, and they're going to make that pitch.
That's Benson.
And that Benson is going to make the catch, and Benson gets nailed. No gain, no loss.
Oh, my word. That was a vicious tackle. Maybe, I don't know if we'll get a replay of it, but wow. On the pitch, Benson just got turned upfield, and he got leveled right there. And number 91, that's Forrest Suero from Helena, Montana, from Helena High School, came through from his defensive tackle position and just drilled him.
Well, it's going to be a gain of a couple, so 2nd down and 8. Second opportunity for MSU Northern with the football. New quarterback, Brooks, is now in. Same play. Pitch it back out to Benson. Tries to make the corner, unable to do so. This is a team that averages 24 yards a game on the ground. They changed their offense, wanted the option. Now they're averaging 152 yards a game.
Just option
on
left
the ground.
that time. They pitched it to Benson again, and he can't win. He hasn't won the race to the corner yet. He's trying to, but they're going to the short side of the field, thinking that's a strength for them. But Carroll's stringing it out really well. Carroll's prepared for this. You don't face an option very often in college football anymore, Rocky, but today for Carroll, it's a challenge.
Brooks has only put the ball up 25 times this season. 3rd down and long. Brooks over the middle. That's going to be a free football, and that's going to be intercepted. No, it's dropped, and a flag is down.
Yeah, we might have a PI on Carroll here on the secondary. We'll have to wait for the call here. But there was 3 Carroll defenders back there, and there was some contact with the receiver that time in the route. Running it was Devin Shelton, number 10. We'll see it here on the Pepsi replay. So, yeah, it is against Carroll.
And that's going to be a 1st down for the Lights. Saints lead early on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard, 7-0. 11:01 left to be played. This quarter number 1, Frontier Conference football from Carroll College. 1st down and 10.
Carroll with 5 men up on the line of scrimmage. Everybody up close expecting the run. They'll pitch it again to that Benson.
And Benson again, and Benson will go for about 5 yards. And we've yet to see a handoff to Mason Dion. Dion's in the game. This young man is averaging more than 100 yards a game, and that is third best in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah.
And that's going to go a penalty, illegal motion that's going to go against the Lights of MSU-Northern. This is the 52nd time these two programs have met over the last 58 years. Carroll leads in the series 44-7. They've won the last 11 games. They've won 26 of the last 27. The last time Northern beat Carroll, 2016. The last time Northern beat Carroll in Helena, November 2nd, 1968. I wasn't even born then.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Simpson makes the corner, and Simpson will go for – all right, Joe, you're right. Simpson will go for about 7 yards.
Yeah. That gets to that corner, but again, they're
That's
really,
like every play.
Yeah, exactly. They're same thing, toss sweep out to number 88, Benson, who turns the corner, gets a little bit more running room this time, but gets back to the line of scrimmage after that loss on the first down on their previous play.
Ethan Rodriguez is your center. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. And Brooks is going to come under center here. Dion in the backfield. And they're going to pitch it out. No! Big loss on that play. And what a defensive stop.
That was number 55 for Carroll.
That's right.
And made the big hit. What a shot that time by Brett Tomasini.
And that is going to be a loss of 5. Now it's going to be 3rd down and long. Brooks on the season, 8 of 25, intercepted 3 times for just 113 yards. The Lights average just 46 yards a game through the air. This is going to be a long 3rd down play, the line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line, and Brooks is going to come under center. Brooks is going to air it out. And that is going to be incomplete, but that's going to be pass interference. Wolstead was the intended receiver, and Wolstead was coming back to the football, and there was contact was made with Carmona.
Here's the pass from Brooks.
It's not really Carmona's fault. He was just trying to knock it down. And
came in, got a hand in there.
That was a 50-50 ball.
It certainly was, but it was called, so they're going to have to live with it. A great read that time by Brooks. But the ball is hanging up, and he's throwing into that wind. That can't be easy. But they're going to MSU Northern, they're going to have to get some yards through the air because Carroll College is shutting down that running game right now.
Well, they're going both times they put it up. They went deep. It's going to be 1st down and 10, just short of midfield. Brooks wants to throw again. Takes a big hit. Loose football. And the Saints have it. The Saints lost it. And now the Lights recover. 2 turnovers on the same play. And the quarterback, Brooks, is hurt.
So number 19 came in and got that fumble, picked it up for Carroll College, but he lost it. He was tumbling to the ground. That was, let's find the right one here. Number 19 for Carroll College is Hunter Peck. And as you can see, then the ball came out, and it was picked up by MSU Northern, and Brooks is still down on the turf.
A lot of action on one play as Brooks was back to throw, and Hunter Peck, one of the top defensive players in the entire nation, knocked the football loose. We're going to take a break. The Saints lead 7-0.
I'm living for my people. I'm dancing for my people. A lot of our kids and a lot of our people do vape and smoke. Especially around here on the res, there's a lot of that negativity. It's really pressured from the things that come from around us. It's very dangerous to your body, and not only to your body, but to yourself and the people around you. Kids are easily influenced by the things that they grow up and they see. And when an adult is doing something like that, they see it as an okay key to go and do it.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Second down and 27, same play. Benson across the left side, a gain of about 6 on the play. Again, a long third down, and Platt is back in at quarterback. Platt started the game, went one series. Brooks came in. Brooks just got knocked out. He was injured on the previous play, and now Platt is back in at quarterback. Another penalty. That is going to go against the lights. And the Saints said, nope, we're not going to take it. And that's going to set up a long third down play.
Well, 3rd and 32. Yeah, it is fairly long. Orlandi got out there and knocked him out of bounds again, but you're right. They've run that same play probably 6 times already. We're just in the first quarter, maybe halfway through.
Third down and halfway back to Townsend. Hand off. Dion up the middle. Dion, big hole, the 50. Dion, the 40. Dion, the 40, the 35, and here the 30.
Wow.
The first carry of the game.
And what a run
for Mason Dion. And what a spectacular run. And no flags, Joe.
No flags. Cameron Pruitt finally ran him down for the Saints and brought him down, but we said they hadn't given him the ball yet. I guess they were waiting for the right time when they needed 32 yards because they got it. Then some. Not often. How often do you convert on a 3rd and 32?
On the ground.
Yeah, on the ground. Yeah.
Well, Dion's averaging 103 yards a game this year. And they're going to pitch it out. Benson, does he make the corner? Yes, 35, 25, and Benson. That's going to be close to a first down. And the Saints are on the move on this drive.
The lights are finding a way to pinch Carroll College defensively on that corner now. Cameron Pruitt came up from his defensive secondary again to make another tackle for Carroll. He made the last one on the play before as well. But I guess that's why they keep running that play, because they know they're going to have success with it if they do.
Remember, the Saints have posted back-to-back shutouts.
Back-to-back, looking for the 3rd in a row, and it's in jeopardy right here as the lights are almost in the red zone.
Second down, less than a yard. The MSU-Northern Lights coming to the game 0-3. Having success on the ground. Mason Dion, he gets his second carry of the game. Stopped right at the line. I believe he got enough for the first down. It will be a first down for the MSU-Northern Lights at the 20-yard line. First down and 10 on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. The Saints lead 7-0. Not much there, but he only needed a couple.
Just a couple yards, and he picked it up for Hunter Peck was there in on that tackle for Carroll, along with a host of other Saints.
First down and 10.
This is a big drive for MSU-Northern, Rocky. They've got to establish some momentum. Carroll went right down and scored after the turnover. This is a big play.
Simpson in motion again. Handoff. Dion the 15. Dion breaks a couple of tackles. It takes about 4 Saints to bring him down. A 5-yard gain for Mason Dion out of Haver.
Gunnar Julio, the 205-pound kid out of Coeur d'Alene, just hanging on here. Watch him.
Watch this. 1, 2, 3 players, 4 players, 5 players to bring him down.
That's kind of like branding time out on the farm there when you're trying the ranch when you're trying to wrestle the calf to the ground, you know. And the rope gets loose. Right.
Second down and 3. The line of scrimmage at 13. Platt. They've used 2 quarterbacks in the game. Platt is going to pitch it out, and White got the catch.
Yeah.
But that was the first play they ran from scrimmage, remember, where White did not get that pitch from Platt, and they fumbled the football, and the Saints took over on the 17.
Yeah, Carroll was ready for that. Hunter Peck was out there. Watch this as they toss the ball quickly. He's going nowhere. He's got 2 Saints in his grill. Number 22 up there to help with that tackle as well for Carroll College.
On the Opportunity Bank scoreboard, 5:33 left to be played. Quarter number 1. From Helena.
So it says 3rd and 18 on that Opportunity Bank scoreboard for MSU-Northern. A big play here. You want to get this ball in the end zone.
Inside handoff, wide receiver Benson.
Wow.
Benson is going to go nowhere.
Great job that time defensively of staying home, staying with your assignment. Number 39 for Carroll right there to make the stop. So great job that time by Henry Gross.
Now they kick a field goal, or they go for it on fourth down. It's going to be 4th down and 11.
Well, it looks like Ashton Platt trotted right back out there, so they're going to give it a shot here. Big play here for the Lights.
MSU-Northern going for it on 4th down and long. Platt wants to throw. There's pressure.
Nope.
Platt is going down. And what a defensive stop there for the Saints.
Number 55 right there, Brett Tomasini. He came crashing through, made the initial contact, had some help from some of his friends, but he came from the linebacker position. We'll see it here on the replay. Huge hole. Nobody touched him. He just came shooting through there and did his job. Got Platt by the leg and dropped him. And that's a heartbreaker for the Lights fans as they were moving the ball down the field. Dion did a lot of that damage himself on the ground, but Carroll came up with a stop when they needed it.
Ochoa comes into motion. Vandenaker makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage, and on the pass completion, he's going to lose a couple of yards on that play.
Spencer Laniers, the junior, 5'8", 160-pounder, came up from the secondary, made a great stop. Good play that time by MSU-Northern. You can see it on the replay. He got nowhere. Vandenaker not able to turn the corner at all.
Jaden Lamb's the center. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 here. Perka wants to throw. Perka gets it out of the flat. Pass is caught, and not much of a gain on the play, and making the reception is going to be the running back, LaForge.
Yep, Archie LaForge with that catch. It looked like when it was first developing that he was going to have some room, but great job. You can see it on the replay here by MSU-Northern of recovering and getting up quickly and meeting LaForge just beyond the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Saints from the 35-yard line. Perka, pressure, takes a hit, still on his feet. Over the middle, pass is caught. Ochoa just enough for the 1st down and move the chains.
Barely enough.
Wow.
And I thought maybe that ball skipped on the ground, but the official obviously had a much better look than I did. But Carson Ochoa went down, got his arms underneath that football, and pulled it in. We'll see it on the replay. Just pulled it up quickly. That's a great catch. Pass complete.
Big break there. Nice play in his first catch of the game, Lincoln Holmes. So that is his 12th of the season, over 200 yards now for Holmes. And near midfield.
Carroll going quickly here right up to the line of scrimmage. No huddle. They want to put a little pressure on MSU-Northern's defense to get set quickly.
It's going to be 2nd down and short. They keep it on the ground. LaForge at midfield, close to a 1st down where he stopped. And a gain of just a couple.
It's enough. The sideline official on the far side is waving the chains ahead. So 1st and 10 for Carroll near midfield. They lead it on the opportunity scoreboard 7-0. 2:01 to go in the 1st.
Just inside midfield for the Saints.
MSU-Northern 0-3 on the season, but they are a scrappy bunch. They come to play.
1st down and 10, just across midfield. They stack up 3 wide receivers left side. Pump fake for Perka. He's got all day. And now Perka. Okolchin unable to make the catch. Maybe he was too wide open.
Possibly so, but Brady Smelser, a junior, he was right there with the coverage for MSU-Northern from his secondary position, the corner position, came up and helped break up that play.
Now it's going to be 2nd down and 10 here for the Saints.
Watch Perka this time. This is in this next few plays. He loves to take off when the ball's in the midfield here. This is kind of his area.
Perka's rushed for over 150 yards on the season. And he's throwing for 800 on the season. Perka takes a snap, and Perka's got to go deep. Catch is made, Okolchin. Move the chains. 1st down to the 23-yard line of the Lights. and the Saints are on the move again.
Great job by Colchin coming back to that ball. Mason Childs, the defensive back there, free safety, didn't break back with him, and Colchin got the ball.
And we got a timeout. A minute 13 left on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. The Saints out on top of the lights, 7-0.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we call this community home, just like you.
That's why we take a locally focused approach for our members.
Your financial success is our primary goal.
Whether you're refinancing your home,
buying a car,
starting a business,
or just need help with a checking or savings account,
we'll give you the financial tools you need to grow.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we're here for all life events, big and small.
Stop by your local branch or visit rmcu.net to learn more.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available, which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Well, Perka, 4 of 5, 42 yards through the air. Colchin, 2 catches for 39 for the Saints. Early in the game, 64 yards for the Saints, just 17 for the Lights. New set of downs from the 23-yard line. Play fake. Over the middle, passes caught LaForge, the running back, and he gets through one tackle, lowers his head, and gets near the 10-yard line. Joe, how about that run after that catch by Archie?
Yeah, Brandon Klein was the second back to get, or light to get there, and he rode him out of bounds, but he just kept pushing his way down. Great run.
And that's going to be a 9-yard pickup. Saints come in averaging 195 on the ground, 218 through the air. 413 yards of offense. They've got a dozen touchdowns rushing and 6 through the air. Second down and short. Line of scrimmage, the 9-yard line. Perka out of the shotgun. He's 5 of 6. LaForge, the 10. And LaForge gets near the 9-yard line. Remember, they've lost 3 running backs so far this season, including Xavier Ford. This young man was outstanding. He ran for 151 yards in that loss against Tech. Had a 15-yard pickup on his first carry against Rocky and hurt his knee, and he's out for the season here. And the first quarter comes to an end. The Saints out on top of the lights, 7-0 at the end of 1.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Come on, let's go. Get off your... Touchdown!
Woo! Mountain Dew!
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, set the example and learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
I'm attractive, I got to have it. It's like magic, I'm so dramatic. Call it classic, reach out and drop it. Super massive, boost like I'm going hello.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
78 yards of offense for the Saints in that first quarter. Northern with 17. You got that one great run that the Lights have from Mason Dion. But when your quarterback is sacked, there's tackles for loss. That goes against your total offense.
Yeah,
and there's Coach Sowers, who had that great run at Northern Arizona.
21 years there. Yeah, 9 years with U of M prior to that. A couple years out at Southern Oregon, and here he is.
His third season with the Lights. So the Saints will start the second quarter, 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Archie gets the call, and Archie goes down near the 5-yard line.
Archie LaForge runs hard, and he's had to fill some big shoes. As you mentioned, Ford got hurt after that, couple of plays into the second game of the season for him.
Then they lost Minert, running back. They lost Max Lehman out of Meridian, Idaho. LaForge getting the job done at 5'10", 190-pound freshman out of CMR. Second down and goal, 5-yard line. Give it to LaForge again. And LaForge to about the 3-yard line where he is pushed back in a big, big way. Carmona.
Yeah, Devin Carmona got a hold of him on the waist. You can see it here. He just pulled him backwards, got a little help from his friends, but a really good play that time by the junior.
Well, I've been impressed with this Northern defense. They almost stopped the Saints on their first goal line stand.
Yeah.
Now here they are, 3rd and goal, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. If the Lights can stop them here, Perka's going to go to the shotgun. Okolchin's going to come into motion. Long count. Perka takes a hit, rolls out of the tackle. Perka will run the 10, the 5. Perka goes down, and no gain, no loss. Nice scramble for Perka. Lucas Thacker in on the tackle, and now Berger's going to come in for a field goal attempt.
Good job that time. Damani White, he had Perka for a loss. You can see it, and he broke free. And it is going to be a field goal attempt here for Carroll College.
How about that?
That's a win for MSU-Northern.
Huge.
Yep.
Berger, 4 of 5 on field goal attempts, along a 44th chip shot. 20-yard field goal attempt here. Snap back. Hold is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. And now the Saints out on top, 10-0. Early in the second quarter on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. And that is a 20-yard field goal from Berger.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available. Which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Discover the difference a family-owned Montana bank can make for you and your business. Stockman Bank is focused only on Montana, no place else. So you come first with us. Visit your neighborhood Stockman Bank to say hello and let us earn your trust and your business. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
Is that true? Oh, my gosh. Vida? Is that where that's? Show Rocky that. It's beauty.
No.
Yeah.
And we're back. Now this kick against the wind, and it'll be picked up at the 12-yard line by Benson.
Great play.
And Benson gets out across the 20-yard line. Well, Joe, this is 9 quarters that the Saints have not given up a score.
That's remarkable. Isaiah Allen in on that tackle on the kickoff return coverage for Carroll College of Benson. But, that is amazing. I mean, no matter who you're playing against, to hold other teams 9 quarters scoreless.
Last time they had back-to-back shutouts was 2007. Actually had 3 shutouts in a row at that time. Well, quarterback Brooks got hurt. Here comes Dion trying to make the corner on the right side. Dion will try the other side. Dion is going to be stopped for no gain, no loss.
Great job that time by Carroll College defensively, stringing that play out and just plugging the gaps and forcing Dion to turn it up into a purple C.
Well, Platt started at quarterback. He was in for one play. As they fumbled the football, Brooks came in. He was injured, and now Platt is back at quarterback. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Here comes Dion. Dion hurdles over a defender, and Mason Dion goes for about 7 yards. And this is one of the best running backs in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah, nice job that time with the hurdle.
You know, I seen that in a West High game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did you know that's illegal in high school to hurdle?
I did. Yeah, it's considered too dangerous.
Well, I did not know that until then.
For me, it's fine. I haven't thought about hurdling anybody in quite a while, but
it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Blatt back to throw, takes a big hit, fumble on the play, and the Saints have recovered. The Saints have recovered. And Swetland forced that fumble, and what a hit,
huge hit
by that young man.
Yep.
Wow, watch this.
Here, but kind of a two-sided smack that time. And right there to pick it up, number 39 for Carroll College.
Second turnover of the game.
Big play defensively for Carroll and an opportunity for the offense to get some more points here with 11:31 to go in the first half.
Well, the Saints' opening drive started on the 17-yard line.
I think they're going to rule.
No, they're going to say it was not a fumble, and Northern will punt. They say he did not fumble. Snap. That's his 20th punt of the season, and that's going to take a great Northern bounce against the Winds. So he did not fumble that football.
Well, they didn't ask for a replay from the booth. That would have been us. It looked like it was from here, but we'll go with it. 1st and 10 for Carroll back on their own 33-yard line.
Lights in the white uniform, the Saints in the purple on the turf. Nelson Stadium, Valley Bank Field, Rocky Erickson, Joe McMahon. 4 Frontier Conference teams ranked to the top 16 this week. Southern Oregon 7th, Montana Western 9th, the College of Idaho. They're ranked 14th, Tech 16th. And none of those teams have a better conference record than Carroll. They are 2-0 on the year. Southern Oregon, before the Western game, they were averaging 54 points a game, giving up 14, a margin of victory of 40. Montana Western's lone loss this year against Southern Oregon, 28-26. Now we got a timeout. The Opportunity Bank scoreboard 10-0.
I think that they may be going.
They're gonna review it now after the punt.
I don't know if you can do that.
Is that possible?
Well, we're a little uncertain, but the officials ran over to the replay booth. They're going to check that out, I believe. But they can't be looking at the punt. The punt itself was pretty easy to digest. It went out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It should be St. Ball there. But, boy, that looked like a fumble to me.
Well, new Frontier Conference member next year, Dickinson State, last week. They picked up their 500th win in program history, and that made me think, well, how many wins does Carroll College have? Well, Dickinson State is 14th with 500 wins. Carroll College, 552 wins. They are 10th all-time. Baker, Kansas, number 1 at 649. Then I thought, well, what NAIA football program has won the most national titles? Texas A&M out of Kingsville, Texas. They've won 7. And Carroll College in second. They have won 6. Our scoreboard sponsor, Opportunity Bank of Montana, a Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state, offering a range of banking, lending, mortgage, and agriculture banking services. For over 100 years, they've been a Montana community financial institution committed to providing strong financial futures for Montanans. Opportunity Bank, member FDIC. We are in a review.
Yep.
The Saints, 6 national championships in 9 years, 4 in a row, 2002, 03, 04, 05. And look what they're doing. They're moving the sticks. They're going back.
I think they heard me.
They heard us talking about, what do you mean it wasn't a fumble? We watched the review, the replay. We thought there was a fumble.
It certainly appeared that way, but
and the Saints' offense or their defense is going to be on the field here.
I'm surprised.
I'm still at a loss, Joe.
I'm surprised they could do that after the next play was run, and finished. But I guess it's a correctable error.
11 minutes, 9 seconds left. First half, 10-0. Here we go.
Something on the punt.
12 players on the field.
Aha. So they were not reviewing the fumble. They were counting the players
They
on the
were
field.
actually reviewing
numbers of defensive players out there on the punt. Yep, you're right, Rocky.
So the Lights have the football.
First down.
First down at 10, 40-yard line. And they have proven they can run. Dion, 5 carries and 48 yards on the afternoon.
Carroll with 5 men at the line of scrimmage, expecting that run, and they're going to get it. Not a lot of running room. He stopped.
Great stop.
Yep.
As Northern runs up the middle with Dion.
Right there once again, number 30 is for Carroll College. It is Henry Gross again.
Second down and 9. Dion went for 107 yards against Mayville State. 94 against Rocky and 109 against Arizona Christian.
Henry Gross on his recruiting visit to Carroll before he signed probably didn't have to make a trip here, I would imagine, right? As his dad works here every day, Charlie.
It's going to be second down and 9. Dion finds a hold across the 45. And Dion, boy, he is hard to bring down, almost impossible for one defender to bring down Dion.
This kid gets his shoulders squared and he gets charted, and boy, he's a diesel coming through there. You got to have help from your buddies to bring that guy to the ground. And there was 4 or 5 Saints hanging on him, trying to get him down.
It's going to be third down and 4. Now Platt, let's see what he can do through the air if they attempt to pass. He was only 3 of 10 coming in. White's going to come into motion. And Platt's in trouble. Platt will be brought down.
We may see it again, but it looked like Platt that time turned the wrong way. And I think it was a little broken play. He turned to the left. I think the right was where he needed to go. By the time he got back around there, Devon was past him. So
Bellhoff on the stop. And they're going to punt now into the wind. And for the punter snap, this is his 21st punt this season. And Belcher is back to receive the kick, back at the 15.
Carroll's got 11 players on the field this time.
Well done, Joe.
Just counting for him. Oh,
good
pressure.
Oh, barely got that kickoff. And the no catch is made. I'm looking for a flag. I do not see a flag on roughing the punter. So Carroll's going to take over here.
So they must have got either they're blocked into it. We could watch it on the replay perhaps, but either they're blocked into it or they got a piece of it. If you get your hands on it, all bets are off. Yeah, it looks like he was blocked into it, like number 23 for Northern.
Well, the Saints lead 10-0, and the shutout continues. 9 quarters, no team has scored on the Saints. Okolchin is going to come in motion, and they're going to keep it on the ground at a gain of about 6.
Jake Jeske with that carry, Rocky.
And Jeske, he came into the game with just 2 carries all season, 26 yards. And we're probably going to see Asher Croy. He started at Huntley Project, the all-time leading rusher in Montana high school football history, more than 5,200 yards on the ground.
It's a long ways.
It's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Northern showing some pressure. Here they come. Going to try and stop him right there, but Jeske picks up a couple more.
Well, 3rd down coming up here for the Saints. Perka, how about 5 of 6 on the afternoon, 51 yards. On the Opportunity Bank scoreboard, 8:09 left. This is quarter number 2. Rochelle Sayers, our halftime guest, women's basketball coach. They advanced to the Final Four a year ago, and in the semis, they lost to Providence.
2 Frontier
of the
Conference
Frontier
teams.
Isn't that impressive?
It is.
3rd down and 5 for Perka. Perka over the middle. Pass is caught, and that's going to be very, very close to a 1st down. Ochoa makes the catch.
It looks like they're going to give it to him.
You know, when a turf, if it's the 26-yard line on the sideline and it's the 26-yard line on the hash mark, guess what, Joe? That's usually right.
There you go. So a 1st down for Carroll College, and on the stop that time, thinking he had prevented the 1st down, was Julius Leope, freshman.
Saints 2nd in the nation, averaging almost 4,000 per game. Play action. Perka roll left. Here comes the pressure. Pass incomplete. Great defense.
I think he
did. He make that catch?
Holmes
did make that catch.
Somehow.
A gain of 13.
Yeah, somehow.
What a great catch by Lincoln Holmes. He got hit right when that ball got there.
Yeah, I was going to say,
wow.
He absorbed that hit and still was able to hang on to that football. Great catch by Holmes.
Holmes, and that is his 13th catch of the season. No huddle. Saints line up, 1st down and 10-40. 6:43 to go here in the 1st half. Saints trying to go 10 quarters without giving up a score. Jeske is back. Perka wants to throw on 1st down. Going to go over the middle. Man open, Ochoa at the 30. Brings it home. Another big gain for Carroll College.
What a throw that time from Perka. The coverage was out there by Spencer Lenners, but man, Ochoa made a great catch, but Perka just laid the ball right where it had to be that time, Rocky.
No huddle again. They work from the 28-yard line. And Jeske goes up the middle to the 25-yard line. Perka, 8 of 9, 101 yards on the afternoon.
Off to a great start defensively. It looks like we've got a MSU-Northern player try to crawl off the field, one of their linebackers.
Last night, I announced the Billings West game. Bozeman, West High, unbeaten on the year, 6-0. Defeated the Hawks 36-7. We're going to take a break. 10-zip, Saints lead.
I'm living for my people. I'm dancing for my people. A lot of our kids and a lot of our people do vape and smoke. Especially around here on the res, there's a lot of that negativity. It's really pressured from the things that come from around us. It's very dangerous to your body, and not only to your body, but to yourself and the people around you. Kids are easily influenced by the things that they grow up and they see. And when an adult is doing something like that, they see it as an okay key to go and do it.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealer.
Saints lead 10-zip. Second down and 6 for Carroll College. A line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line for the Saints.
I'm still shaking my head at that Lincoln Holmes catch here a few plays back. That was amazing.
Yeah, the play-by-play guy had that one wrong. Perka will take the snap, and they're going to go end around a Colchin. The 30, the 25, takes a big hit, breaks through the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh, my word.
What an amazing run. Chris Colchin. That is one of the most spectacular plays we've seen all season. Watch this.
Tyson Ray.
Colchin takes a hit, almost stopped.
Back at the 20, had him.
Tiptoes across the sideline into the end zone for the score.
2 tackles at the 20-yard line simultaneously, went right through him. Somehow, someway found the end zone.
25-yard run. Spencer Berger is on. He's not missed a PAT all season. Snap back, the hold is down, the kick is up, he stays perfect, and he is now 16 of 16 on PATs, and the Saints lead 17-0 on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to be played here in quarter number 2. As I was saying, Frontier Conference sponsors include the corporate sponsors: Logan Health, Tyrama, D.A. Davidson, Irk Hotels, McDonald's, Nike, Northwestern Energy, Pepsi, BSN Sports, Billings Clinic, and First Interstate Bank. Joe, last night, West High had a quarterback, C.J. Johnson. He threw for 404 yards. The week before, he threw for 365.
Oh, my word.
Only
that's
a junior.
Impressive. Just a junior. Well, that's 2 AA quarterbacks that are juniors that are both having great years. The kid from Glacier's not bad as well. So we look forward to watch both of those kids this year, and they may see each other in the playoffs.
Against the wind and the kick from about the 18-yard line on the return for Benson, and he got rolled up.
He got hit pretty hard as he got near the 25-yard line. Number 5, Colin Stoddard, there to cover him on the kick coverage.
It's been a difficult road for the Lights the last few years, and Sauer's first season in 2022, they went 0-10. Last year, they got a win against Mayville State. They went 1-9. So he's 1-22 in 3 seasons. Platt going to go over the middle, nobody home, and that could have easily been picked off. The last 10 years, the Lights have won 2 Frontier Conference games. They've lost 81. And I was there on October 23rd of 2021 when they snapped their 47-game conference losing streak, a 22-20 win against Eastern Oregon. 5 overtimes, and the Lights came out on top, and boy, what a big victory that was for their program. They play at Tillman Field on the turf, named after Mike Tillman. Mason Dion with the carry, he goes for about 5 yards.
He does. Gunnar Julio with the tackle there for Carroll College, but a great run that time by Dion. MSU-Northern really needs to keep that offense on the field, let their defense rest a little bit. They've got to be really tired. They've had a lot of snaps already.
It's going to be 3rd down and 5 coming up.
3rd down conversions have been a struggle thus far for MSU-Northern in this game. Carroll's defense pretty stout.
Dion gets the call again to the 30, comes up short. He's about 2 yards short. And now what do? You
punt the football because you're on your own 31-yard line. You give Carroll the ball here, and you're going to make it a very short field for an offense that's really finding their rhythm right now.
And they are going to punt with the wind to their back for Platt here.
Number 44, the punter, Wiley Snap, a freshman.
He has punted a few times this season. And they're going to fake it. They went to the up back, and they're going to come up short. They needed 2 yards. The Lights, with the fake field goal attempt, did not work. And Carroll's going to have excellent field position at the 29-yard line of the Lights.
Carroll really was expecting this, so kudos to the coaching staff to saying, hey, watch the fake, because that's exactly what they did. But Carroll not fooled at all. They were right there to stop it. In fact, they lost a yard.
So the Saints take over. The Saints lead 17-0. Last year, the Saints defeated the Lights 43-3 was the final score of that game. And 47-3 the year before, 2021, 34-0. And they played twice that year. The Saints also won 49-7. The Saints have won the last 11 games in the series, 26 of the last 27. And they're going to work just inside the 30-yard line. Perka out of the shotgun. Perka's going to be flushed out. Perka almost got brought down. Broke out of the tackle. Perka to the end zone. A Colchin into the end zone. Touchdown. How about the job Jack Perka did to keep that play alive?
I don't know how he did it, because number 5 had him by the jersey. Spencer Leonard had him, and he broke free. He should have been down. We can see it on the replay. And Colchin just rerouted and took off for the flag, or took off for the corner, and he found him. And that's the benefit of 2 guys that have worked together for quite a while. Know what to do. And when Colchin saw him in trouble, he just raced to an open spot. And his quarterback, Perka, found him. So Berger on for another extra point. See if he can keep his perfection going.
Colchin, that's his second receiving touchdown this quarter. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And 24-0. The Saints of Carroll College out on top. They come into the game averaging 30 points a game, trying to get their 3rd shutout in a row. In these days of college football, that's incredibly rare. But the Saints accomplished that once before, back in 2007 when they shut out Montana Western 42-0. They got by Tech 17-zip, and they beat Rocky Mountain College 42-0. That year they went 15-0, and that was their 5th national championship in 6 years. And what an amazing run for the Saints on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to be played in the second quarter. And Carroll College out on top of MSU-Northern 24-0.
Boy, 2 quick scores, Rocky, in a span of less than 8 minutes or so have really turned the tide here for Carroll. MSU-Northern defensively was playing pretty well, but you can see they're starting to tire.
Again, the ball has to be held on the tee with all of the wind we have here. Klaus puts his right foot into this one, and it's going to be Simpson from the 5-yard line. Breaks a tackle, gets across the 20 near the 25-yard line. As you mentioned earlier, Joe, the Lions need to get a couple of first downs to keep their defense off the field here.
They can't go 3 and out with 3:42 to go in the first half here. They've got to move the football. Benson has been returning just about every kickoff for the Lights that time. Pretty good return. Gets out to the 25, and a great place to start there for Ashton Platt, the sophomore out of Great Falls High School.
First down and 10, 25-yard line for MSU-Northern. Here comes Dion. Hit behind the line. Dion's going down, and that's going to be a loss of a yard.
Yeah, Peck made the tackle, but it was Eli Abbey who forced the play in from his defensive or from his linebacker position. He shot through the gap and turned Dion. You'll see it here on the replay. Dion gets the ball, and here comes Abbey up on his right and just turns and forces him inside. He beat his man and forced that play right into his partner.
Abbey played his high school football in Laurel, and he is a transfer from Montana State. His dad, Bart, an outstanding athlete.
Right here at Carroll College.
It's going to be second down and long for the Lights. High snap, and Mason goes nowhere again. And the Saints defense, they're just loading up that middle, anticipating the run.
Yep, they've got 5 guys at the line of scrimmage, and they're bringing their linebackers up. That time it was Abbey again. Eli Abbey made the first contact, brought him down right away. Just no room for Dion to run. And Dion's a hard runner. They've the offensive front for MSU-Northern getting beat off the ball right now. They've got to create some space for Dion to get through. You don't need a lot. He runs hard, but you got to give him a chance here.
Saints trying to go 10 quarters in a row without giving up a score, a touchdown or a field goal. Very impressive.
All 11 players defensively for Carroll right at the line of scrimmage.
Woodard going to pitch it out, end around, and Woodard's going to go for about 3 yards on third down and long. Fourth down coming up.
So they're going to punt and give it right back. So all 11 guys for Carroll within 10 yards, I should say, of the line of scrimmage and forcing that run to the outside, and the Carroll College rallied to the football.
And this is the 2-minute media timeout, 24-0. Saints out on top here in Helena.
Your estimated wait time is 45 minutes.
Are you tired of being on hold? Then don't leave your money with strangers. Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
When you work with us, you work with community members who make time for you.
Our goal is to strengthen relationships and give back to our community.
We always work to be part of our community. So if that's important to you, don't leave your money with strangers.
Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
Ascent Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available, which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
And snap is back to punt, 24-0. Saints out on top, and the Saints are going to get the football. They have all 3 of their timeouts left here in this second quarter. Good snap. Snap lost it. He dropped it. And big stop for the Saints, and another big break here for Carroll College. Wow, what happened there?
Well, the snap was bad. Noah Roush came crashing through for Carroll and covered the punter very quickly, but just everything's going wrong right now for MSU-Northern and Carroll. They're about, they got a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line.
How about their field position? 17-yard line of the Lights, they score. 35-yard line, they score. Now they have it on the 13-yard line of Northern to start their drive.
Northern trying to break that losing streak, and it's tough to do that when you give your opponent short field 3 straight times.
Saints in the purple, Lights, the white uniforms. Late here in the first half. Perka is out of the shotgun here. And timeout is taken, I believe, by Carroll College.
Yeah, Perka called it. He got to the line of scrimmage and looked, and he saw something he really didn't like, and he said, let's take one of our timeouts and reset. They don't need to carry them into the locker rooms. You don't get to keep them, so might as well take them.
And the game of the week, sponsored by your Montana Chevy dealers, brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Quit Now Montana, and Pepsi. Would like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities. And all across America on the Carroll College YouTube stream, we're happy to have you enjoying this game with us. And our halftime guest, Rochelle Sayers, women's basketball coach, will be in the booth.
She's going to let everybody know how she cloned Jamie Pickens, and she's got another kid coming back just like her for the next 4 years. Just what the Frontier Conference coaches want to hear. So.
No Jamie Pickens, and they're still going to have a Carroll women's basketball season.
Yeah, amazing.
Unbelievable. First down and 10 for the Saints. From the 13, Perka, low snap. Rolls right, throws to the end zone. He simply threw that one away. His intended receiver was Lincoln Holmes.
You're right. He saw that he didn't have much, and he did what a 4-year starter would do for you at quarterback. He just threw that ball away.
Perka, 9 of 11 through the air in this game, 130 yards. And it's going to be second down and 10. Clock stopped on the incompletion, 1:52 left. And Asher Croy is in the backfield, the all-time leading rusher in Montana high school football history. Perka wants to throw. Croy drops the football. He was open. So he started his high school football career at Huntley, transferred to Bozeman his senior year, and had that spectacular title game in 2019 when Asher rushed for 333 yards.
Were there 11 men on defense?
Double-A football.
Oh, my gosh.
In the title game.
Wow.
He rushed for 5,284 yards in his career.
Leading rusher, probably not the leading pass receiver, as that one hit him right in the hands, and he was looking ahead and dropped it, but he'll get another shot here.
It's going to be third down and 10. Holmes will come into motion. Perka wants to throw, stays in the pocket, flushed out the 15. Perka the 10. Perka the 5, spins. Perka down to the 3. I believe he's got the first down.
Looking at the far side judge over there, it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Yep.
93 seconds left to be played here.
Boy, that field just opened up, and you see it on the replay. Great scramble that time by Perka. Great decision to tuck it and go. Good coverage by MSU-Northern.
How about 10 quarters the Saints defense have not given up a score. And they bring in a big lineman. Perka, handoff, LaForge. LaForge, does he get in? They say he stopped at the goal line for Archie LaForge.
Very close. Good block that time out of the backfield. It was number 11 making that block for him.
LaForge had a rushing touchdown in the first quarter. And now it's going to be second and goal at the 1-yard line for the Saints here. And they stack it up. They run it in.
Looks like he's in.
And that is going to be have they called it yet?
There it is.
Finally.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a late call. And for the 4th time in the second quarter, the Saints have scored a 1-yard touchdown run.
So the 4th touchdown, added the field goal, and Carroll, great first half.
Berger not missed a PAT this season. He's 17 of 17. Snap back, hold is down, and the kick is blocked. Yep. The kick is blocked. So the Saints lead 30-0. Now the most points given up by MSU-Northern this season is 31 when they lost at home against Arizona Christian 31-10. And the Saints came into the game averaging 30 and giving up just 11. Well, the Saints have 30 points before half right here.
Looks like we'll look at a replay of that scramble by Perka earlier on where he got it down inside the 5-yard line and gave him an opportunity to punch that ball in. But, Connor Sutherland looks like the snap was good and he got it down. But somehow up front they didn't get the front blocked, and MSU-Northern fired through there and blocked that extra point.
Well, Northern does have 3 timeouts left. 32 seconds left to be played here in the first half. Saints 2-0 in the Frontier Conference, the only team with 2 conference wins and no losses. They're 3-1 on the year overall.
Looking ahead a little bit, they have a bye next week, and then they head out to Eastern Oregon next week for MSU-Northern. They play Eastern Oregon. So Carroll with a break coming up, 2 weeks between now and their next game.
Klaus against the wind. And it'll be taken by Benson again. Benson to the right side across the 20. Got room, the 25, the 30. Hurdles over defender and gets knocked out and penalty flags.
Yeah, I think
is that a late hit?
Yeah, I know. I think it's a block in the back actually here as number 5 got wrestled to the ground for Carroll College as he was coming down trying to cover that kick, Colin Stoddard.
24 seconds left. Here in the half.
Yeah, it's a holding call on MSU-Northern. It'll back him up after a great return that time by Benson. He's getting a lot of practice. That's about the 5th return he's had, but Jeremiah Benson, the 170-pound senior, finally got some room up that sideline, only to be brought back due to a penalty holding call.
The Saints, 210 yards of offense in the first half. The Lights with 16.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. And they know it. Coach Sowers is very aware of that. They'll make some adjustments at halftime, see what they can do to slow down this Carroll offense and get some of it from themselves.
And they're going to go to the air. Platt's going to air it out. Pass is going to be incomplete. And, well, I like that. Trying to get some points up before the half comes to an end. Clock is stopped.
You might as well.
On the incompletion with just 19 seconds left to be played here in this first half.
The senior kick returner, Jeremiah Benson, and the wide receiver, he does a lot for them. He carries the football, splits out as a receiver, returns their kickoffs and their punts. He's a busy kid.
They have no passing yards in the game. Mason Dion will get the call, and that's going to take us to halftime. Dion picks up a couple. So halftime here in Helena. The Saints of Carroll College out on top of the Lights of MSU-Northern, 30-0. And when we come back from the break, our halftime guest is Carroll College women's basketball coach, Rochelle Sayers. 30-0, Saints up.
Education that works. That's our purpose. But it's more than a purpose. It's a promise. A promise that your education is about more than a piece of paper. It's about a career. Learn more at msun.edu.
Right now I got a feeling in my soul and it's out of my control. I just gotta let it go. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. So tell me.
Introducing Bubbly Burst, new from the makers of Bubbly. It's bursting with fruit flavor, no added sugar, and all smiles.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
It's halftime here in Helena. Rocky Erickson alongside Rochelle Sayers. Our halftime score, Carroll College out on top of the Lights of MSU-Northern. 30-0. Coach, what an incredible season. A year ago, you advanced to the national tournament. You make it to the semifinals, the final four of the national tournament. Jamie Pickens named the National Player of the Year. How do you sum it all up?
Well, it was a great year, a historic year for our program, but it was a lot of fun. You look at somebody like Maddie Garretts, who has been here half of my career. She was here 6 years, Erica Ness in 5 years, and Jamie Pickens, I think, came to her first Carroll basketball camp in the 4th grade. And so not only do you lose great players, but you lose so much when you lose kids like that. Just the culture building aspect of what they bring, the leadership that they bring, and you just miss seeing them every day.
It was so amazing calling all of your games the last couple of years, the great players that you had around your staff. What can you say about Jamie Pickens and Garrett's and the players you have?
Well, number one, they're great people. They are team-first mentality, just wonderful people to be around, and those are the type of players that you want to build your program around. Obviously what they did on the court speaks for itself, but I think people forget, what they've given to this program, what they've given to me, what they've given to our staff and to their teammates, and the legacy that they left. And so, you just don't replace those players. You hope that their impact on the younger generation will continue to grow and thrive under their guidance, but you just don't replace that.
How good is the Frontier Conference? 2 teams advanced to the Final Four from the Frontier.
Well, we've been saying it for years that the Frontier is the best conference in the country when you have 6 teams, and I think Western should have got in last year, and when you get 3 and 4 teams out of a 6-team conference, that says a lot about the quality of play.
Tell me about the team you have this season.
The hardest working team I've ever coached, from top to bottom. We had 12 returning players come back. We had 12 players that were here all summer long. We worked out all June and July, 4 days a week, and on top of that, they're in the gym constantly. I'm just really excited about the future of our program.
And you got Isabel Erickson.
We do.
From Building Central.
We do.
4.0 student.
We do, and she's going to have a big role this year, and I think obviously she played behind Jamie and Maddie and learned a lot and has continued to grow, and I just think this summer was super beneficial for our team, not only getting better as basketball players, but connecting and getting some players together, playing together that maybe necessarily hadn't really played a lot of minutes together.
So when does official practice start? When is your first game?
We've been going 2 weeks now. First game October 31st, Arizona Christian here at Carroll.
That's going to be exciting. Who's going to be good in the Frontier again? Carroll, Providence?
Obviously, Providence returns a big core of their team. Rocky returns quite a bit. Obviously, has some new additions. I think, Northern had a good recruiting class. I know Tech had a good recruiting class. Western returns a lot. It's going to be a dogfight just as it is every year.
The last few years when I've had the opportunity to announce state basketball tournaments, the combined event, I ask to do the girls' games, not the boys' games. I'm a big girls' basketball fan. You have so many players from Montana in your program. There's so many players on the Providence team from Montana all across the Frontier. Why is Montana high school girls' basketball so good?
Well, I think you got to look back to 30 years ago when Robin Selvig started at Montana. There were a lot of years, 20 plus, that his entire roster was Montana players, and pretty soon you start seeing, the fan base continue to improve, and sometimes bigger than the fan base for the men's side. And I think that really impacted, the future of women's basketball in Montana. The future, the next 2-3 classes in Montana are loaded. I mean, you see a player like Brandon Williams going to Maryland out of Montana, and you see what Danny Barch has done at Montana. You see what Maya Hansen has done at Boise State. I mean, there's no secret anymore. The quality of basketball in Montana is very good.
Very, very exciting to see. Last year, you had Montana State that you hosted at the PE Center. What are some of your big games non-conference?
Well, I have to credit Trish for doing that. I've known Trish a long time. We actually played against each other in college when she was at Boise State and I was at Weber. We were both in the Big Sky at that time, and so we had a scheduling conflict the year before. So she owed me a little favor. She paid back in a big way, and so that was awesome to have them here. We also went to Oregon the last 2 years, University of Utah as well. And so this year we've got a lot of home games. We had a lot of home and away contracts that were going to expire. We didn't need a lot of games. So we'll be at Montana State this year on November 1st. But other than that, just a lot of national tournament teams here at Carroll, starting off with Arizona Christian, who is in the national tournament. We have Embry-Riddle here, who is in the national tournament. We play Campbellsville. So we play Pikeville, who is also there. So we've got a pretty loaded preseason schedule as always.
I've got to talk about this. I never watched a WNBA game in my life until this season, simply because of Caitlin Clark. What has she done for the game of basketball the last few years?
Oh, it's unbelievable. As far as the exposure and the television coverage, the commercials, the endorsements, and then you watched last night in the NBA playoff game, and the arena's packed. And so, I think it's been tremendous for our sport. I think it'll continue to grow, and there's going to be another Caitlin Clark that's going to keep this thing going. And we're fortunate that we're in the sport at this time, and we get to see the benefits of that.
Rochelle Sayers, women's basketball coach at Carroll College, our halftime guest. Carroll leads against Northern at the break, 30-0. And we got the Mountain Dew do-over coming up next here at Carroll College.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we call this community home, just like you.
That's why we take a locally focused approach for our members.
Your financial success is our primary goal.
Whether you're refinancing your home,
buying a car,
starting a business,
or just need help with a checking or savings account,
we'll give you the financial tools you need to grow.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we're here for all life events, big and small.
Stop by your local branch or visit rmcu.net to learn more.
A1 Rentals, locally owned and operated, has been serving Helena since 1959. We offer rental items for the do-it-yourselfer to major construction companies, backhoes, floor care, lawn equipment, automotive, concrete work, generators, heaters, electrical, drywall, and more. We can help with any job, no matter how big or small. And we still have concession machines for your next party. A1 Rentals on Cedar Street in Helena.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available. Which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Halftime here at Carroll College. Rocky Erickson with Joe McMahon, 30-0. The Saints are out on top of the lights of MSU-Northern. Let's go to the Mountain Dew do-over and some of our top plays of the first half here at Carroll College.
Here you see Perka looking down the field, and he finds his Ochoa, his tight end, for a big gainer.
And that was the end around with a Colchin.
Yep. This is where he broke a couple of tackles.
That was amazing.
And kept going down the sideline and ended up in the end zone. But he broke 2 tackles at the 20-yard line. I don't know how he did it.
That is one of the best plays, one of the best runs we've seen in the Frontier Conference, not this season, but the last couple of years for that.
This is that scramble by Perka where he finds a Colchin in the corner of the end zone.
What a first half for a Colchin. A rushing touchdown, the receiving touchdown.
Perka running left, throwing with his right. That's not easy to do either.
210 yards of offense for the Saints in the first half, just 20 yards for MSU-Northern. Their defense came up big as well. And on the return,
that's Benson.
Simpson gets stopped. The Lights have turned the ball over a couple of times in the first half of this game.
Perka's just had a great all-around first half. He's really guided this team. Played well. There you go with the pass to Ochoa.
Ochoa and Colchin, their 2 favorite receivers, as it was a year ago for the Saints.
That's a Colchin again on that same play. I'd like to watch this a bunch. Look at that.
I would watch this all day.
Good blocking out in front. The blocker stayed there. and continued with the play even after some contact on Akulshin, and he just kept going.
And how about the defense? And they have not given up a score in this first half.
Right.
Back-to-back shutouts. And I know I went to a 3-room grade school, Joe, but that's 10 straight quarters without giving up a score, a field goal, or a touchdown.
Yeah, you were awake during math. You're right. It's been great for Carroll College defensively. It's been what they've hung their hat on these last 3 games. And it really, as I said earlier, I think it kind of started partway through that Tech game when they really got it turned around. The first couple of quarters, it was tough for them. Tech was moving the ball, but Carroll came out in that second half and really turned it around, almost won that game.
This has been a run-first offense this year for Northern. They come in averaging more than 152 yards a game on the ground. They've shown a lot of success. A year ago, they only averaged 24 yards a game on the ground. But you're down by 30, and running the football each down's not going to do it.
No, Carroll's forcing their quarterback to throw the football, and they're not real comfortable doing that. They'd much rather run the ball with Dion, which I can see why. He's a great back when he has a hole to go through. And he can make some of his holes, but it's just been Carroll defensively just relentless. You watch him before the snap. There's 5 guys on the line of scrimmage and 3 more backers right up behind them. So they're saying, go ahead and try and run it. We're going to be right here. We're going to make you throw the football and see what we can do defensively.
In the long, rich history of Carroll College football, only once, 2007, when they won in one of their national championships, had they ever posted 3 shutouts in a row. And we may see that again if they can shut out Northern the next 2 quarters.
Yeah, the next 2 quarters will be crucial for that, obviously. But, they got a good shot at it. For MSU-Northern, they've got to establish some rhythm. They've got to get a couple first downs. They've got to move that football, and it's been tough in that first half. I'm not sure what they're going to plan offensively. And their defense hasn't been bad. It's just that 3 straight times you mentioned earlier, it's been inside the 30, inside the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Carroll College. And when you give a team like Carroll on their home field that many opportunities, you're going to have to pay for it.
Field position has been huge, to say the least. 210 yards in offense for the Saints, just 20 yards for Northern, 30-0 on an Opportunity Bank scoreboard. Saints out on top. We'll take a break, come back with more right after this.
Hey, get off your citrus. Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
There's a lot of tradition in farming. My son, he picked up everything. When my grandson was born, we both were chewing, thinking about what could happen, mouth cancer, throat cancer, or worse. Finally, we decided that's addiction, not tradition.
To protect my son, we quit. We did it together. Took us a few times, but we're stubborn.
We called the quit line, found what worked for us.
And we quit for good this time.
By the time this Patriots fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Patriots watching. Better with Pepsi.
In that first half, the Lights, no passing yards.
Yeah, and they've had to go to that passing game, and as you said, it hasn't been very successful. But Carroll, again, they're just walking everybody up to the line of scrimmage and saying, you're going to run the football. We're going to be here waiting for you. So we don't think you can throw the football on us, and so far they haven't been able to.
Now, Dion's got 66 yards rushing in the game, but as a team, they only have 20 yards of offense. When you get sacked, that counts against total offense, tackles for a loss. And the Saints' defense has been spectacular,
sparkling, and then they're playing solid. This is a game for Carroll College, really a interesting game because they came in definitely favored. I mean, you'd have to say that for sure. And it's and they know what's coming up down their schedule. So this would be an opportunity for them perhaps to get a little lackluster and just kind of, go through the motions and get a victory and go home. But that's not what we're seeing from Carroll. They're coming out firing, and MSU-Northern's got their hands full right now.
Jack Perka, 9 of 12 through the air, 130 yards and a touchdown. And Colchin is the leading receiver and the leading rusher in the first half.
Well, he didn't sing the national anthem, but other than that, he's been doing about everything else for him. He's a talent, definitely, and he has been since the moment he stepped on the campus here. He was playing right away with his first year, and he's just picked it up from there.
We got the third quarter coming up next.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available, which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Discover the difference a family-owned Montana bank can make for you and your business. Stockman Bank is focused only on Montana, no place else. So you come first with us. Visit your neighborhood Stockman Bank to say hello and let us earn your trust and your business. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
Well, Joe, you're in Helena when Governor Greg Gianforte does the coin flip.
Yep.
And then in the VIP box next to us is former Governor Mark Roscoe.
Yeah, it's definitely a political town, so to speak. But you're right. Both of them up here hanging out with us, I guess. I guess they knew we were here, and they just wanted to be close, right?
But let's go on the record and say that nobody in that VIP booth has offered us any food.
Oh boy!
Yet this afternoon.
We have nothing here but your gumdrops or whatever those are, and those cookies over there look pretty good. But anyway, back to football.
So do the Saints go more conservative in the second half, more on the ground, or do they stick with the game plan? What do you think?
Well, I think we're going to see unless MSU-Northern comes out and really puts the foot on the throttle and starts moving the football. I think for Carroll, this is an opportunity to get some of those 2s, 3s, and 4s some playing time. You look down on the sidelines. There's a lot of kids that practice every day with Carroll College, with the ones and the number ones, and this is a good opportunity to get them some snaps because you never know. As we know at the running back position, they're down to, as you mentioned earlier, their fourth guy, on the depth chart. That could happen at any position. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the second half plays out. But for MSU-Northern, again, all those freshmen and sophomores on that roster, this is the time for them to continue to play hard and to learn a little bit and build for the future.
Well, MSU-Northern won the coin flip, and they elected to take the football, so now they have to kick off. And Cyrus T-Bay is set to kick off, and he'll be booting this into the wind with the wind behind him, and it'll be picked up at the 5-yard line by the Saints.
A good return that time across the 30-yard line, number 5 on the return. Colin
Stoddard. And now the Carroll offense, 210 yards of total offense in that first half. For the Saints, they lead 30-0. And the Saints, the most points that they've scored in a game this season, only put up 52 on Simpson. Most points given up in a game this season by the Lights. Last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, Arizona Christian losing 31-10. Perk has been outstanding. He is 9 of 12 in the first half. They're going to go on the ground, and that is a new ball carrier. That is Bailey. Bryson Bailey with his first carry of the game. That's going to go for a loss of about 3 yards.
Yeah, so right away you see some substitutions. We saw that on the return. They had a second stringer back there bring that ball back for him on the kickoff return. And, the coaching staff for Carroll College, they know these kids down the road are going to mean a lot to them, and they've got to get them some practice when they can, some game type of snaps.
Vanden Akers split out wide to the right side. It's going to be second down and long here for the Saints. Second down and 15. That's going to be a play fake, and Perka airs it out in coverage. Holmes makes the catch. Joe, he only had about 4 white jerseys.
I don't know how he did
around him on that play.
And a great throw by Perka, too. Let's not forget that. You have to have somebody who can deliver the ball, and Perka's been able to do that. But it's close to a first down, maybe not quite enough.
Now it's going to be third down and short.
Yeah.
Less than a half a yard, and you got to wonder how long is Perka going to stay in the game.
Yeah, I agree. They have not had a lot of snaps for their backup quarterback thus far this year, Quinn Stamps, but this will be a ball game where you probably see some here in the second half.
Colchin's going to be split out wide the left side. It's going to be third down and short.
A short submarine sandwich, speaking of food, right? 6 inches maybe?
Very, very close to that.
Yep.
And now they say
it
is a first down.
Well, look at that.
Well, how you like that? I mean, they put the ball on the 42, and he needed to get to the 42. So the white hat, looks over and said, hey, guys, that's a first down.
This isn't making sense. The football's already there. All right, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Jaden Lamb is your center, and Bailey tries to go off left tackle, and, boy, a couple of hard yards there. He gets to the 45-yard line. Well, how about the Frontier Conference this year? 4 teams in the top 16 of the poll this week. Southern Oregon 7th, Montana Western 9th, the College of Idaho 14th, and the Diggers of Tech come in at number 16.
As I mentioned earlier, Montana Tech playing Southern Oregon right now in Butte, Montana. That'd be a great game to be at as well.
It's going to be second down and 7 from the 45-yard line. Nice spin move for Bailey to get out of a tackle, a gain of just a couple, and now it's going to be third down and 5 for the Saints here.
And we had a helmet come off. The running back for Carroll lost his helmet in that. Bailey lost it in that tackle, so he'll have to come off.
12 and a half left to be played on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. 30-0 our score, and it's going to be third down and 5 here. Perka 9 of 12 and 130 yards through the air. 10 of 13 now, 142. So third down and 5, Perka.
Looking for Ochoa.
Over the middle, Ochoa makes the catch, but then he comes back, and I think it's going to be about a half a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had it initially, but it looked like he did, and then he came back and caught that pass. Yeah, he came back to it. You're right. We'll see it on the replay here. But he secured the catch. And they're going to punt the ball away. Yeah, they are. They're going to send the punt team out and kick this away and give MSU-Northern the football back.
And this is the first time in the game that Carroll has punted. So Spencer Berger, who is the place kicker, and he's going to boot this one against the wind. And Berger takes the snap, gets the kickoff, and it hits its apex, and it hits the wind, and then it stops, and then it takes a bounce, and it goes backwards. And now we have some extra activity going on, and we got flags down.
We got helmets coming off.
Helmets off, and now we got more flags.
Yeah.
Everybody has thrown a flag, and Joe McMahon up here in the booth threw a flag. I didn't even know you had a flag.
Yeah, I got it out there because I saw something too. But, yeah, this is not good.
You want to talk about laundry on the field. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count like 7 flags.
Oh, now we got a hat.
And now the hat.
Now a hat.
When you're out of flags, you throw the hat.
This is
and this is going to take a while to sort out.
This could be the play of the game right here. I mean, watching this, I don't know what happened.
We had some extra activity that took place as we –
away from the tackle,
go
actually,
back and exactly.
Yeah, the ball, again, remember the ball was never returned. It just bounced, and Carroll caught it and downed it. But away from the ball, all of a sudden, not sure what happened, but we had helmets coming off. And
So Perka completed the pass to Ochoa. He goes back. Then after that play took place, away from the ball, we might not even have the highlight of that because, why would you show what's going on after the catch? And a big scum, and the officials threw their flags.
There we go.
Officials threw their hats. And
something happened back near the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure. Words were exchanged. The officials are down there trying to sort it all out. I'd like to eavesdrop on that conversation. That'll be interesting. But, I'm not sure if it's offsetting penalties or what we're going to do. We might end up repunting this football.
I don't know how you can sort it out if you're going to try to eject anybody without looking at the replay.
Right.
And now the officials are trying to sort out, well, whose flag is whose. You got to find your cap.
Yeah, you got to put your hat back on. The umpire does. Yeah. Here we go. So you've got face mask on the punting team, unsportsmanlike on MSU-Northern. Now we have an unsportsmanlike conduct on the kicking team, so that's 3. So the penalty's offset. It looks like they're going to spot the football where it was down.
Yeah, so you just pretend that nothing else happened after the play, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Northern. They're going to spot this football about the 29-yard line.
And nobody gets ejected.
Nope. Oh, wait, well, now we're going to step it off. 15 yards. They'll get it at 1st and 10 from their own 44.
Was it like 4 penalties?
And a hat, too. So, yeah. I'm not sure what the hat was, which one the hat was for. But
so it's going to be 1st down and 10. Lights have the football. 11:22 left to be played in the third quarter. Their first offensive possession in trouble and going down. And a big defensive stop there.
Henry Gross.
That is Henry Gross, and wow.
Yeah, came flashing through there. We'll see it on the replay. Platt gets a guy in motion. It's a counter play. And he give Platt some credit. When he got wrapped up, he did not try and pitch that football, which would have ended up in a disaster for MSU-Northern, a fumble.
But Henry Gross all by himself, and that's going to be a loss of 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 18, 10:47 left. Early in the third, Frontier Conference football from Helena. Rocky Erickson alongside Joe McMahon. 2nd down and long here. Woodard's going to come into motion. Platt's going to air it out incomplete. And no penalty flag. The intended receiver on the play was Woldstead, and defense.
Number 7, that's
not
Graham.
Yeah, Graham. And there was contact, but no penalty.
Nope. From the replay, it looks like he timed it perfectly. The official right there had a great view. But I think maybe he wasn't sure he still had his flag because we just had 7 of them or whatever on the field. But he did.
So it's going to be 3rd down and long, and the Lights still with no passing yards, no completions for positive yardage in this football game. 3rd down and 18 here.
Pressure.
Platt back to throw. Platt in trouble. He's going to roll right. Platt airs it out, and the pass is short. Mason Dion, the running back, the intended receiver, and now Platt's helmet goes off. Platt is hurt. Remember, Brooks,
he was injured.
He's hurt.
Yep.
So now the top 2 quarterbacks, 1 and 2 for Northern, are both injured, and my depth chart does not go to number 3.
There was a yellow flag down here on the near sideline, but the official just picked it up and stuffed it in his pocket.
So
the penalty was declined. It was against MSU-Northern. Yeah, real tough break. Platt's had a tough go. He hasn't had a lot of protection when he's tried to throw the football. And when the running game's not producing, that makes it even tougher.
Our scoreboard sponsor, Opportunity Bank of Montana, a Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state offering a range of banking, lending, mortgage, and agriculture banking services. For over 100 years, they've been a Montana community financial institution committed to providing strong financial futures for Montana. Opportunity Bank, member FDIC, and not good to see that injury to Austin Platt.
Yeah, he's still down on the far sideline. We won't speculate what the injury may be, but he's had a rough game so far in that he's been hit a lot. He's just a sophomore. He's just getting his first few snaps collegiately his last 2 games.
5th season for Carroll College head coach Troy Purcell, and first 4 years did not have a losing season. This is game number 41 for him, 26-14. Be back with more right after this.
Come on, let's go. Get off here. Touchdown!
Mountain Dew. With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Our kids love to play. Whether they're playing outside or playing house or playing dress up, there's one game they're playing all the time. They love to imitate you. You're setting an example. Make sure it's one you can live with, and one she can live a long, healthy life with, too.
I'm attractive, I got to have it. It's like magic, I'm so dramatic. Call it classic, reach out and drop it. Super massive, boost like I'm not hello.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Well, you want to talk about a tough afternoon for the Lights. They've had their starting quarterback, Herndon Brooks, who was injured, is now throwing on the sidelines. And back to punt, Wiley snap. Last time he was unable to field the snap, and he kicks that one pretty much straight up, no return. And the Saints will have the football back. And nobody has scored here in the second half. 10 minutes, 8 seconds left to be played here in the third quarter. Rocky Erickson with Joe McMahon. The Saints out on top of the Lights, 30-0, trying to win their 12th straight against MSU-Northern, trying to win their 27th in the last 28 games. This is the 52nd meeting between these two teams, and Carroll leads 44-7. And Jack Perka will stay in for the Saints, and they're going to keep it on the ground, and no gain at all.
Nope, good job defensively that time by MSU-Northern at the line of scrimmage, ready to stuff that hole as Carroll's trying to keep the ball on the ground. Up 30-0.
It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Saints coming to the game averaging 30 points a game, giving up 11. Line of scrimmage, the 29-yard line. And Perka, pump fake. He's going to run. The 30 slides down after a short gain of maybe a yard. So 3rd and long coming up. Perka 11-14. 150 yards and a touchdown on the afternoon. And, boy, with the injuries, the melee we've had a long third quarter,
this
Joe.
Has been a very interesting third quarter. I will say MSU-Northern's defensive front has really played well these last two snaps, especially at stuffing that run, as Carroll College unable to move the ball in 2 attempts here on the ground. 4-man front for Northern, as you can see.
3rd down and long. Perka flushed out. Perka's taking a hit. Perka's going to be sacked. And the Lights with a defensive stop, and they're going to get the football back here.
Great job by Devin Carmona for the Lights from his defensive front position or from his linebacker position, stepped up and made that tackle.
And the question is, who's going to be the quarterback?
Yeah, I think they'll get Zach Brooks back out there. As you said, he was warming up over on the sideline. He started the game, got hurt after the first couple plays. Platt came in. He's been in there since then.
Berger just gets the kickoff, and it's not a good one. But it does take a Saints bounce, and MSU-Northern will come out on offense.
And there's no flags on this punt return. So
how about that?
Yeah. Hats. Everybody has their hat on, so the officials.
8:04 left on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a break. Saints lead 30-0.
Your estimated wait time is 45 minutes.
Are you tired of being on hold? Then don't leave your money with strangers. Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
When you work with us, you work with community members who make time for you.
Our goal is to strengthen relationships and give back to our community.
We always work to be part of our community. So if that's important to you, don't leave your money with strangers.
Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
Ascent Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
A1 Rentals, locally owned and operated, has been serving Helena since 1959. We offer rental items for the do-it-yourselfer to major construction companies, backhoes, floor care, lawn equipment, automotive, concrete work, generators, heaters, electrical, drywall, and more. We can help with any job, no matter how big or small. And we still have concession machines for your next party. A1 Rentals on Cedar Street in Helena.
Well, the third quarterback for the Lights after two unfortunate injuries to starter Zach Brooks and Ashton Platt will be Chance Fields from Fergus County High School in Lewistown. They won a state championship a couple of years ago, a game that I announced, over Billings Central in 2022. So Chance Field will come under center, hand off to Dion. He took a hit right at the line. And Dion got 3 yards, Joe, out of absolutely nothing.
Great point. Number 92 for Carroll right there when he got the football to meet him. But he broke free of that tackle. We'll see it here on the replay. He spins loose and picks up another 3 yards where there was really nothing there. Check that. It was number 4 for Carroll that was in there on that initial contact. But great run by Dion.
Dion was 69 yards on the ground. Fields will run the option. He's going to keep it. Fields breaks a tackle, gets across midfield, close to a first down, and Chance Field looking good on his first series.
That's the first option they've run where the quarterback has kept it and turned the corner. It's been a pitch each time. So he kept it and picked up good yardage. Looks like they got the first down. They're moving the chains on the far side, Rocky.
10 straight quarters that the Saints have not given up a score. Back-to-back shutouts. They have posted against Simpson, homecoming 52-0, then won back in Phoenix last weekend over Arizona Christian 28-0. It's going to be first down and 10 here. And Dion with the carry, and that's going to be a late flag after a gain of about a yard on the play for the outstanding running back from Havre. He's already had 2 100-yard rushing games this season for Mason Dion.
Looks like they're going to back the Lights up this time on that penalty. Yep.
You know, with Simpson now coming into the Frontier, you got Arizona Christian.
Yeah.
I think all playoff games in the Frontier should be played in a warm climate like Arizona or California.
No matter who it is.
No matter who it is.
Yeah, they all go down there to play. There you go.
Yeah. And you and I get to do the games.
Exactly.
Play a little golf, you know.
From an air-conditioned suite. Yes.
It's going to be first down and 36.
With food. Right? All these people next to us cater it. They got some good stuff.
And Fields, his pass is low in the dirt, but
yep.
Penalty flag is down again.
Yep, the hanky fell out of the side judge's pocket, so we'll have to wait and see what they have.
Again, MSU Northern with no passing yards so far in this game. Boy, if they move back here, nope, they're going to move forward. So that's going to go against the Saints.
Hunter Peck was offsides for Carroll, so it'll cost them 5 yards, but it's still first down and 20.
Which is better than first down and 30.
There you go.
Line of scrimmage, the 41-yard line for the Saints.
Carroll with a 4-man front now, but you watch those linebackers as the quarterback under center and get close to snapping that ball, they're going to start moving quickly forward.
Chance Fields is your quarterback.
Pressure.
And Chance Field in trouble, and Chance Field is going down, but another penalty flag as well.
Wow. Mason Harwood in with the sack that time. We'll see it on the replay.
That's going to be a hold, and that's going to go against MSU Northern. And, boy, if I'm Carroll, I'd say don't take it.
Yep, they declined it. You're right, Rocky. They don't need it. It's second and very long here.
So it's going to be, to get a first down, they need to get to the 39-yard line. So
Carroll's 39-yard line.
Carroll's 39.
Yeah.
So it's going to be second down and 25 for Northern. Neither team has scored here in the third, 30-0. 6.5 left to be played. Quarter number 3 from Helena. Frontier Conference football action. And they're going to pitch that one out to the wide receiver, Benson again. That's going to go for about 10-yard gain. And a long third down is coming up here for MSU Northern.
So Ben Milhoff, defensive linebacker for Carroll, in on that tackle. You're right, third and very long. And these are just tough situations, especially when your offense isn't clicking to begin with. But you continually put yourself in third and behind the chains, and it's painful.
From the 43-yard line. Can Chance Fields complete the first pass of the game for the Lights here? And a mix-up in the backfield, and Fields is going down. He had nobody to pitch the ball to, and they'll lose about 3.
Yep, they'll lose about 3 yards. Number 92, Mason Harwood, again, right in there. Almost got the handoff himself as Fields I'm not sure if it was his mistake or his running back's mistake, but it was all a mess when he turned around. So they're going to punt the football again.
And snap, back to take the snap for Northern. 4:54 left to be played. Gets the kickoff, and there will be a return from the 15-yard line out across the 30. Finally knocked under the 40, and what a stop.
Yep.
And that was boy, you got to get his name. Wow. That's Walt Waltkins. Big stop there. We'll be back with more right after this.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
Saints with the football. First down and 10. 4.5 left. Here in the third. Saints out on top 30-0. Perka stays in. Screen pass just there to a Colchin who makes the catch on the pass completion. That's going to be a gain of just about a yard.
Great coverage that time by the Lights. They got out there quickly on a Colchin who made a equally impressive catch as that ball was just off the turf. He reached down and grabbed it and got a yard or two out of something that could have very well ended up with negative yardage.
It's going to be second down and 8. Perka 12 of 15, 152 yards in the game and a touchdown. And they're going to go on the ground in a big hole as Jake Jeske up the middle, a gain of about 7 for Jake.
Yeah, nice run by Jeske that time. Both arms around that football, hanging on to it. And just full steam ahead. He got ahead of steam, turned it upfield. Kudos to the offensive front that time for the Saints. Opened up a hole for him, and he took advantage of it and leaves him with third manageable couple, 3 yards maybe.
Jeske was 16 yards on the afternoon. He had 26 yards on just 2 carries coming in. Third down and short coming up. 3:30 left to be played in the third. On our Opportunity Bank scoreboard, Colchin will come in motion. They keep it on the ground, and Jake does not get the first down. A gain of maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, great job defensively that time by the Lights. They came firing through and shut that down. First there was Lucas Thacker. He made the contact and got him turned, and he got some help. But Carroll came in with their jumbo heavy package there, and the Lights had an answer.
So back to punt is Berger, and Berger, nice high kick. And it takes a Northern bounce, so he had some backspin on that like a 9-iron, and that spun back about 15 yards. So the Lights will take over.
Yeah.
First down and 10, just across the 40. 2.5 to be played in the third quarter here.
So overall, Carroll gained 11 yards on that punt, or they pushed him back 11 yards because that bounce was definitely in the favor of it, MSU-Northern.
Our Game of the Week sponsors include Opportunity Bank, Quit Now, Montana, and Pepsi.
Score out of Butte, Montana, 35-21 right now. Tech leading Southern Oregon in the third quarter.
And the pass is complete for the first time in the game. Fields to Devin Shelton. And the Lights have passing yards.
Great throw that time by Fields, and he got some protection from his offensive front. Was able to roll to his right, throw that football down the field. Took a hit right after he threw it, but the ball on target.
And now the Lights are 33 yards away from stopping that incredible streak of scoreless quarters put on by the Saints of Carroll College. Fields is going to come under center here on a first down and 10. And Dion goes nowhere, gets the handoff, and Dion will lose about a yard on that play.
Yeah, penalty flags flying in there, too, at the end of the play. Ben Milhoff with the tackle. Oh, penalty against MSU-Northern is going to back them up again. So just when they've had a great play, offensive play, a passing play that worked for them, they're going to get backed up 2 plays later due to a penalty.
Northern opened against Mayville, a team they beat a year ago. They lost 24-6. Then at Rocky in week number 2, they fell 27-12. And on September 21st at home against Arizona Christian, lost 31-10. They had the weekend off last weekend. And 1st and 25, and we've seen this before for the Lights. Not great field position, and then, Fields, that hit White right in the numbers, and White was looking ahead to make the catch and get some yardage, and that pass is incomplete.
Exactly, Rocky. He turned and looked just before the ball got there to see where that defensive back was and dropped the football.
This is the third different quarterback the Lights have used this afternoon. Platt started, and Brooks came in. Brooks was hurt. Platt took over, and then Platt was hurt. And now it's Chance Fields from Fergus County High School in Lewistown as the quarterback here for the Lights. And they keep it on the ground again. And Dion gets to the 40-yard line. Dion's going to pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, nice run that time by Dion. Got to the outside on the left-hand side and just kept chugging along. Carroll brings him down, but not before he picks up. Well, there's 5 yards, almost 10, probably close to 10 yards.
And it's going to be 3rd down and 16, a minute 18 left to be played in the third quarter. Chance Fields. High snap. Play action. Fields tries the option. He fumbled the football. And they dive for it, and I believe Northern recovered.
I think you're right.
Fields was trying to
pitch that ball.
Trying to pitch it out when he got hit and lost it.
Yeah, we can see it on the replay here. He starts to the right, pulls the ball from Dion. Then when he pitches it, he gets hit right away. Number 3 in there on the tackle, Melhoff again, the linebacker for Carroll. Knocked the quarterback down and caused that fumble.
Snap to punt again.
Belcher.
For the Lights.
Back deep to receive.
And snap. High kick with the win. Belcher calls for the fair catch. He bobbled it. Free football near the goal line in the end zone. The Saints have recovered. Is it a touchdown or is it stopped? It'll be a touchdown. And the Lights have scored a touchdown.
Yes, they have.
The Lights have scored, and the streak is over. Wow, what a play there. And Michael Watkins recovered the fumble
we'll see it here.
In the end zone.
On the replay, Belcher just missed it, just muffed it, and he was beat to the ball to try and recover that. Picked up, as you said, number 81. Comes up with it. Touchdown, MSU-Northern.
How about that? 5 seconds left here in the third quarter, and another Northern player is hurt here. But the Lights are on the scoreboard. The streak is over. 10 quarters without giving up a score. And now on a fumble recovery in the end zone. The Lights are on the scoreboard here. Injury 30-6. Just 5 seconds left to be played. And Carroll unable to control the punt. And great coverage on the part. He called for a fair catch.
He did.
And, Northern could have easily, stopped their pursuit, but they didn't. They followed through, and that's gave him a touchdown.
Absolutely. Yeah, Belcher he really didn't have any pressure on him but he was running to his right trying to catch that ball. And it just went through his hands. It's just a muffed punt. It happens. But couldn't recover it for Carroll, and MSU-Northern hustled down on the play, jumped on that football in the end zone, and that's 6 points for the Lights.
This has been a long third quarter. Unfortunately, a lot of injuries on the part of the Lights of MSU-Northern. We have just 5 seconds left to be played in the quarter, and the Lights are on the scoreboard. Michael Watkins with a great recovery in the end zone on a botched punt return on the part of the Saints of Carroll College. Well, any score is a score. Take it any way you can.
Absolutely. Yep.
They're set to go for 2 on the 2-point conversion here. Is there a review on this?
I'm not sure what they're looking at right here, but the officials have it stopped. I don't see the white hat, so I must be down looking to see if the Light player was recovered it in the end zone or on the 1 yard line. But I also look out there, and I could be wrong, but I see number 15, Zach Brooks, out there, who started the game at quarterback. But he's standing in the back of the huddle, if you can see him there, Rocky, right in front of Dion. Here we go.
So it was a review. Here we go.
Yep, that's exactly what they were looking at. To make sure it was recovered in the end zone, they got it right. Touchdown, MSU-Northern.
Well, congratulations to the Lights. And back in a quarterback, you're right, Joe.
It's Brooks. I think
it's Brooks is in.
I think Fields got dinged up on that last play.
And they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Brooks will come under center. And Brooks will throw, takes a hit. And that'll go out of bounds, and Brooks is hurt again.
Yeah, but he just got popped again. Number 12 right there for Carroll College. It was Cameron Pruitt, one of their linebackers, redshirt senior out of Boise, Idaho. And he put a lick on Brooks, who just came back in after getting hurt early on. And I don't know if he's going to be able to answer the bell the next time the Lights get the ball.
They're out of quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're going to go on the NIL, but it's a little too late for that.
So the Saints will get the football back. They botched a punt return. And MSU-Northern recovers in the end zone, Michael Watkins. And the Lights have avoided the shutout. Just 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
Here in the third quarter, it's 30-6. Saints are out on top here.
Stoddard and Belcher back to receive this kickoff. Nothing Belcher would like more than to get this and make a good return. Make amends for the one he muffed, but that happens. Especially in this wind. That makes it a little tougher to catch that football when it's blowing that hard from in the direction of the kick.
Cyrus T-Bay to kick off for Northern. Just 5 seconds left in the third quarter here in Helena. Frontier Conference football puts his right foot into this one, and the return from the 6-yard line and near the 20-yard line, near the 30 before he's knocked out, and that could be a late hit. And there's the flag.
Yep. Stoddard with the return for Carroll College, but MSU-Northern just a little aggressive. You
know who it is. It's Michael Watkins who had the recovery.
Recovery in the end zone. Yep.
Boy, how many penalties have we had? You can't count the 6 or 7 on the one play, but
no.
And the quarter is coming to an end. 30-6, Saints lead.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we call this community home, just like you.
That's why we take a locally focused approach for our members.
Your financial success is our primary goal.
Whether you're refinancing your home,
buying a car,
starting a business,
or just need help with a checking or savings account,
we'll give you the financial tools you need to grow.
At Rocky Mountain Credit Union, we're here for all life's events, big and small.
Stop by your local branch or visit rmcu.net to learn more.
A1 Rentals, locally owned and operated, has been serving Helena since 1959. We offer rental items for the do-it-yourselfer to major construction companies. Backhoes, floor care, lawn equipment, automotive, concrete work, generators, heaters, electrical, drywall, and more. We can help with any job, no matter how big or small. And we still have concession machines for your next party. A1 Rentals on Cedar Street in Helena.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available. Which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Well, it's one of the best traditions of the Frontier Conference. Between the third and the fourth quarter, they sing Sweet Caroline. even without Noel Cicero being here to lead the crowd.
Yeah, for years he did.
Big hole for the Saints on first down to start the fourth quarter. Archie LaFerge.
Yep.
Wow, a gain of 16
nice run
and move the chains.
Yep, nice run, but a great job also by the offensive front for Carroll College. We can see it on the replay. He had an enormous hole to run through, and he made the best of it. Got himself down inside the 40-yard line. Big gain, first down, Carroll College.
Well, through 3 quarters, Saints 239 yards of offense and Northern 55. The Saints had just 29 yards of offense in that third quarter. LaForge gets the call again, and he'll go for about a yard on that play.
Yep,
for Carroll College.
They stopped him at the line of scrimmage. Great job defensively by Braden Klein, sophomore, 6'3", 233-pounder, right there to make the tackle.
It's going to be second down and 10. Inside Lights territory. Well, the shutout streak of trying to get 3 in a row like they did in 07 has been stopped as the Lights score late in the third with just 5 seconds left. 3 wide receivers left side. On second down and 10, and Jack gets the call. Jeske breaks a tackle. They thought he was stopped, and he's going to pick up 9 yards on first down.
This is really the first series of downs in the second half where I can see MSU-Northern looking defensively like they're a little bit tired, which is understandable. But Carroll is starting to get extra yardage on those carries. And here comes a new fresh running back in there for Carroll.
Asher Croy, 6 foot, 230-pound grad student, transfer from the Grizz. Third down and a yard here, 3:15 left to be played in this game on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. It's 30-6 our score, and the Saints are out on top.
Great call.
And Perka wants to throw. Pass caught. Croy, 20, 15, 10, 5. Asher finds his way into the end zone. What a great run after the catch for the grad student, Asher Croy, the all-time leading rusher in Montana high school football history, finds the end zone 29 yards out on the pass reception.
Yeah, we see it on the replay. MSU-Northern, 8 people up at the line of scrimmage. Great call by Alex Fanasteel, the offensive coordinator for the Saints, swinging out to Croy and let him do the rest, and he just barreled his way into the end zone.
Spencer Berger on for the PAT. And the snap back, the hold is down, that blocked again. And this could go back for a 2-point play. And Spencer Berger says no, that is not going to happen.
Yeah, it was blocked by number 5, Spencer Lenners for the defense. We got a penalty flag.
Of course. 36-6 our score. Saints
up where the tackle
out on top.
Tackle was made, might be a illegal block, I'm not sure, but yep. So the last 2 extra points for Carroll blocked by the Lights.
And the White Hat will.
These guys are earning their keep.
Boy, I'm telling you what.
They are. So a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the return team.
We're going to take a break. Be back with more right after this.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
I'm attracted, I got to have it. It's like magic, I'm so dramatic. Call it classic, reach out and drop it. Super massive, boots like I'm no hello.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
I'm living for my people. I'm dancing for my people. A lot of our kids and a lot of our people do vape and smoke, especially around here on the res, there's a lot of that negativity. It's really pressured from the things that come from around us. It's very dangerous to your body, and not only to your body, but to yourself and the people around you. Kids are easily influenced by the things that they grow up and they see. And when an adult is doing something like that, they see it as an okay key to go and do it.
Come on, let's go. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
36-6 our score. Saints out on top, but that's the second most points scored by Carroll this season. That's the most points given up by the Lights. And after the penalty, well, the kickoff from the 50-yard line here. And the question is, will Klaus put it through the uprights or not with the wind?
Yeah, he's got a
to his back, Joe.
20-plus mile-an-hour wind.
This is a 60-yard kickoff field goal attempt for Klaus. And he puts total leather, and boy, that's a great move. He's going to squig it, and it's going to be recovered by MSU-Northern. They're going to have it from the 25-yard line, first down and 10. 12 minutes and 53 seconds left to be played, and who do they have at quarterback?
That's the $10 million question. Who's going to run out there and take snaps, because everybody's getting hurt. They got a new guy, number 18, I think. I spotted. Yep, looks like number 18. You got him on your list there, Rocky.
I don't go that deep at quarterback. No, that's Tyson Buckley. Tyson Buckley, a freshman. That is a fourth quarterback. Dion with the carry across the 30, breaks a tackle, and Dion goes for about 7 yards. So the new quarterback in the game for MSU Northern is Tyson Buckley, a freshman, and he's out of Arizona.
Yeah, good thing they're 4 deep, because they've needed all 4 of them here today. On the replay, you can see Carroll a little late to stopping Dion, who's been running hard.
It's going to be second down and 2. And Buckley's going to come under center here. Dion gets the call, and Dion dives forward. Mason Dion, and he will get the first down here.
Denavian Alley with the tackle, the sophomore out of Denver, Colorado, for Carroll from his defensive end position. But a nice run that time. So MSU Northern not quitting offensively. You wouldn't think they would, and they are bound and determined to get some more points.
It's going to be first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 36-yard line, and they're going to throw. Pass is complete for Buckley. And Buckley gets out across midfield, and that is the best passing play of the game for the Lights of MSU Northern.
15 yards on that completion. Nice throw that time by Buckley to his receiver, who was running free in the middle of the field.
And move the chains. I mean, that is huge for the Lights.
Woodward with the reception. They're right there at midfield.
And Dion with a carry. Dion inside Lights territory, and Dion will pick up 6 yards. It's a different look offense for the Lights this season, and they go to the option. And, boy, they had a lot of success on the ground, coming in averaging 152 yards a game on the ground, one of the best rushing offenses in the Frontier Conference. And it's going to be second down and 4.
Challenge for Buckley, the quarterback. He is, as you know, he probably got absolutely no reps with the number 1 offense during practice leading up to this game, and there he is.
And Buckley, he botched the snap. He was under center. It fell on the turf. He picked it up, and broken play, and that's going to be a gain of a couple. So third down is coming up, and hey, Buckley looks pretty good, though.
He does. He's a big kid, pretty thick. Can throw the football. He just made his first completion here moments ago.
So it's going to be third down and short for the Lights. It's 36-6. Carroll leads. Under 10 minutes left to be played in this Frontier Conference football game from Helena. Third down and 3. Buckley. That ball is deflected. It's caught by Dion. Wow. And on the pass completion, a loss of a couple.
Yeah.
But Dion with the catch.
And Carroll was coming. They had 5 or 6 guys at the line of scrimmage. They knew that the Lights were going to try and throw that football, and they were ready for it. Got their hands up, tipped that ball up in the air. Dion caught it, and they got him.
4th down and 5 from the 44. You got to go for it, Joe.
You might as well. Yeah, you really
Why
don't
not?
have anything to lose here. So roll the dice and see what you can come up with. You got a little momentum going here.
Tyson Buckley, the 6'2", 280-pound quarterback.
I was going to say he's past 250. You can tell by just looking at him. He looks like more like a defensive lineman. He's doing a good job.
MSU-Northern will take a timeout with 9:10 left at the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. And it's 36-6 our score. The Saints out on top here.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available. Which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Discover the difference a family-owned Montana bank can make for you and your business. Stockman Bank is focused only on Montana, no place else. So you come first with us. Visit your neighborhood Stockman Bank to say hello and let us earn your trust and your business. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
Tyson Buckley, the 289-pound quarterback. 4th down and 5 here. Buckley will throw on 4th down. Buckley's going to air it out to the sidelines. There's contact. And that pin's going to be incomplete. But is that offensive pass interference or
it might be
defensive pass interference?
Yeah.
And they're going to say it's going to go against Carroll.
Yeah, it looked like for Carroll, number 38 had his hand in there a little early. And they're going to.
Well, that'll work for a 1st down, whether you catch it or not. We have had a few penalties in this football game.
That was Jacob Nemasek, the defensive back out of Salem, Oregon.
So 1st down, 9 minutes, 4 seconds left to be played here in quarter number 4.
They're down by 30, the Lights are, but they'd really love to move this ball down the field and put it in the end zone, build a little momentum and a little confidence going into their next game.
Well, the Saints defense hasn't given up a touchdown in 3 games.
Nope.
1st down and 10. Buckley is back. Woodard's going to come into motion. And Buckley, same play, same spot. It's a pass caught by Sheldon. It is. Inside the 5-yard line. The Lights may have found their quarterback here.
What a great.
Not exactly an option quarterback.
Nope. Devin Shelton, what a great catch that time as he was had plenty of coverage around him, but he just went up and got the ball. Just out hustled him to it, and 2 Saints right there with him.
Tyson Buckley can fling it.
Yes, he can.
Wow. How about 1st and goal? At the 3-yard line, Buckley's going to come under center. Handoff to Dion. He stretches for the end zone, and they call it a touchdown.
Yep.
That may be reviewed. His knee may have come down as he stretched the football out, but they're going to call it 6.
It's close. It's really close. I can't tell from that replay if that left knee was down before that ball broke the plane. But the officials may be asked to review that. We'll see. Looks like right now, though, the referee is.
And MSU-Northern has scored twice here in the second half.
Well, kudos to Buckley and the offense. They moved the football down the field. Considering you got your fourth-string quarterback in there, he's doing pretty well.
And they're going to go for 2. Buckley wants to throw. Buckley takes the hit, still on his feet. The big guy throws the interception.
Yeah.
They go for 2. They come up short, and now it's 36-12.
Well,
the Saints out on top of the lights of MSU-Northern.
Well, Buckley took a chance there. He was in the grasp, and he threw it. But on a 2-point conversion, the risk is a little less because if they pick it off, chances are you can bring that guy down.
Our scoreboard sponsor, Opportunity Bank of Montana, a Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state, offering a range of banking, lending, mortgage, agriculture banking services for over 100 years. They've been a Montana community financial institution committed to providing strong financial futures for Montanans. Opportunity Bank, member FDIC. Rocky Erickson with Joe McMahon here at Nelson Stadium, Valley Bank Field, and the Saints led 30-0 at halftime, and Carroll College with just 29 yards of offense in that third quarter. The Saints had 210 yards of offense in the first half of this football game. They've got 286 right now, midway through this fourth quarter.
The third quarter, MSU-Northern has played really well, I think. Actually, they have not quit, and they've come right back at Carroll and put up a couple of scores, and one via their special teams on the recovery of the end zone, but then their fourth-string quarterback took them right down the field.
Well, Northern's actually outscored, outplayed the Saints here in the second half, and Carroll College will come out on offense, and will it be Perka still at quarterback, or Carmichael? Will we see him?
Perka's got the headset on, so it's going to be, I think, Quinn Stamps, but I'm not sure. Is that the backup listed? Yeah. We'll see.
Is it Belcher or Carmichael? It's going to be Carmichael.
Yep, Carmichael, you're right.
Hogan Carmichael is the new quarterback for the Saints. Carmichael, 6'4", 210, out of Bend, Oregon. So they have changed quarterbacks. Bailey is in the backfield, and a fumble on the play. A fumble on the play. The Lights have recovered.
What a play.
MSU Northern playing outstanding here in the second half. Carmona with the recovery, and the Lights. What field position.
Yeah.
From the 13-yard line. There's the fumble. There's the recovery.
Carmona right there to pick it up.
Wow.
They have really turned the tide here the last 5
Boy,
minutes.
they have.
Give them credit. Coach Sauer's team, there's no quit.
Well, they have outscored the Saints 12-6 here in the second half.
Looking for more right here. 1st and 10 from the, 13-yard line.
And the big freshman quarterback, Buckley. Forget about the option. And they're back to the
exactly.
wide open play. Here comes Dion, and he gets roped down at about the 10-yard line.
Yep. Good tackle that time for Carroll College. Made to prevent that even more because there was a hole in front. But Eli Abbey got his hands on the opponent's ankle and pulled him down.
You know, in a road game, we have seen the fourth quarterback for MSU Northern. I mean, how many quarterbacks do they take on the bus?
Yeah. I'm surprised they
for
have
a road game. I mean, after this, they're going to have to go to a running back or a wide receiver or something.
They absolutely cannot have another quarterback injury because they got 3 of them over there that are already dinged up.
But Buckley has led him to a touchdown, their first offensive touchdown of the afternoon. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Buckley wants to throw. Buckley's pass is complete, and making the catch is Benson. Remember, they did not complete a pass in the first 2.5 quarters of this game.
Well, I got to tell you, Buckley does not look like a fourth-string quarterback. He's got confidence. He's staying in the pocket, making the right decisions with the football, and he's provided a spark here for the Lights offensively. Got to tip your hat to the offensive front. They're protecting him.
Buckley's 4 for 4, 49 yards since he's come in. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. The line of scrimmage Here's the 7-yard line here. Buckley takes a snap. Buckley unloads.
Ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Carroll defensively. He had a man
Boy,
open.
Sheldon was wide open.
Yep, on that
right at
slant
the end
pattern.
zone.
Yep, you're right, on seam route.
4th down, you don't go for a field goal, you go for a touchdown here. 7 minutes left to be played in this game. It's 36-12. Saints lead, but Northern, what a second half for them and what a fourth quarter for the Lights here this afternoon.
Carroll still running with their first-team defense out there. All the starters are still on that field, realizing this game's not over.
Buckley's also hard to bring down if he decides to run.
I was going to say that's a benefit to having a 285-pound quarterback is that if somebody gets him around the ankles, they're going to have help.
And Northern's going to take a timeout. They want to convert this. It's going to be 4th down and short from the 7-yard line. Just 7 minutes left to be played in this football game.
You know, it's 30-0 at halftime, and you think, man, this is going to be a snoozer. But, boy, second half's been very interesting, very entertaining.
We'd like to thank our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities. And all across America on the Carroll College YouTube stream. We're happy to have you enjoying this game with us. Another big crowd, the Saints, number 2 in the nation, averaging almost 4,000 fans per home game. Think of, you're going to have a sold-out crowd at Washington Grizzly Stadium,
Sure.
sold-out crowd at Bobcat Stadium. There's going to be probably 4,000 at Tech. That's a lot of people watching football today.
On a beautiful day in Montana, you couldn't ask for better weather, even with the wind.
It's going to be 4th down and 4. Buckley takes his snap. Buckley to the end zone in double coverage. That is going to be intercepted, but out of the end zone. So Carroll College will take over on downs here as Bodie Smith got the pick.
Yeah, that's a touchback, so they'll bring it out. It won't be from the line of scrimmage, which was down near the 10-yard line. They'll move it out.
Well, you had to go for it on 4th down. I like the call.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can't fault Coach Sowers for that. So Carroll will get it 1st and 10 from the 20. And we'll try again with the new quarterback for Carroll. Nope. I am corrected. Jack Perka is running out there. Put him right back in.
So Jack Perka, 13 of 16, 181 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Perka, the starting quarterback, is back for Carroll College. They're going to keep it on the ground, and Bailey, he cuts to the left side, a gain of just a couple. You got to stay in bounds here, Joe, and run that clock.
Absolutely. I'm sure that's what the offensive coaches, the head coach as well for Carroll, is telling their team out there, whatever you do, don't run out of bounds.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7. The Saints are going to move to 4-1 on the season. That's 4 straight wins after losing the non-conference opener to Tech, and they're going to be 3-0. And they're going to be sitting in first place in the Frontier Conference for the 2nd week in a row. And on the ground again they go to Bailey, and Bailey goes for about 5 more yards. Boy, how good, Joe, is Frontier Conference football. I mean, year in and year out, and it's really strong again this year. 4 teams ranked in the top 16 this week.
Absolutely. I mean, you interviewed Coach Sayers, the women's basketball coach here at Carroll, and talked about that in the Frontier Conference for basketball, but it certainly bodes true for football as well, how tough the Frontier Conference is each year.
It's going to be 3rd down and short, just 3rd down and 2 here. And Bailey will get the call, comes off. Left tackle, and boy, I don't think he got it.
I don't think so either. Thacker in there again on another stop for the Lights.
You know, the couple of scores that Northern has had this happen, it's fired up their defense as well.
It has. They're playing a little more emotion, a little more pep in their step. Like I said, 72 kids on this team are either freshmen or sophomores. That's a lot of youngsters, just 9 seniors for MSU-Northern.
And the kick. Punt by Berger, and he's going to send that one out of bounds. So we get to see Tyson Buckley again for the Lights. 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to be played in this football game. How big is the Frontier Conference these days? How about next year? You got teams from Kansas to California.
Joining in, you bet.
Two different leagues. Dickinson State will be back in the league. Got to love that.
Yep. Frontier Conference always had a game with Dickinson, usually in the playoffs. It happened, or preseason.
Well, they played Rocky several times. First game of the season.
Whoops.
And a mix-up in the backfield as Tyson Buckley, out of the shotgun, went to hand it off to the running back on the left side, but he was on the right side. And now they've got a situation here.
Now what do
Now
they do?
Buckley's got to go off because his helmet came off.
So who's coming on?
And who do they have to come on?
Brooks is coming back.
Brooks is going to come back.
So they're back to number 1.
Brooks took a huge hit when they went for the 2-point conversion. He's
tough.
Oh, he has
able to
been
get back out there.
He has been racked up.
I think they're taking a timeout, and I don't know if they do that, if they can bring Buckley back out since they took a timeout or not. Or if he still has to stay out for one play. I'm not sure.
That's a good point. 36-12, the Saints lead this football game, 284 yards, 123 now for the Lights of MSU-Northern. At halftime, it was 210 yards for the Saints and just 20 yards for the Lights of MSU-Northern. And, Joe, what do you think of the turf and the new lights here?
The improvements to this stadium has been notable. It's nice. I think it's been a while, and Carroll's been fundraising to try and get this done. And last summer they started in late May, early June, tearing up the old turf, and they got her finished. Thanks to a lot of sponsorships and donations from Carroll alumni and non-alumni, just people who like to have football here in town. Looks like Buckley's back out there.
It's going to be 2nd down and 13. That's why they took the timeout, to get their quarterback back. And Dion with the carry, and Dion will go for about 4 yards. And, boy, what a luxury having a running back like Dion. He's over 100 yards for the 3rd time in 4 games. He's got 103 yards in this game. That's his average. He went for 107 against Mayville, 94 against Rocky, 109 against Arizona Christian. And this from a ball club, a program that averages 24 yards a game on the ground a year ago. And Dion, over 100 yards for the 3rd time in 4 games this season. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that offensive line as well.
Yep, you bet.
It's going to be 3rd down and 7 here. Under 4 minutes left to be played in this football game. 36-12. Saints are out on top, and delay a game will go against the Lights of MSU Northern. And, the Lights, they've struggled the last few years, but, they're not getting blown out like they have been.
No. This is competitive. I mean, this is a team that has definitely something to build from. If they can keep these kids coming back next year and build some consistency, you got to be impressed with some efforts that they've got today from a lot of their players.
Buckley airs it out quick, and the pass is caught by Benson. They're not that deep, and when you have this many injuries, I mean, we've seen them lose 3 quarterbacks to injuries this afternoon.
Yeah, Elijah Larson with the tackle here for Carroll, and it's 4th and long, so they're going to have to punt the football away. But, just it was interesting a few plays ago. Forrest Swearell made the tackle on Buckley, and Forrest is a 260-pound defensive lineman. Well, this quarterback he tackled is 25 pounds more than he is, which that doesn't usually happen.
Stoddard to punt against the wind with 3:10 left to go. This is quarter number 4, and the punter. And snap, lost it, and that is going to be picked up. That's going to be a Carroll College touchdown.
It's Forrest Swearell who picked it up, but just a poor snap caused that play. Carroll gets a special teams touchdown.
And Forrest into the end zone. Boy, we've seen it all. That's twice that the punting team has given up a score here. And Carroll has scored again late in this one.
Yep, just a special teams miscue by the Northern Lights. So both teams with special teams gaffes here in the second half, resulting in the opposition coming up with 6 points. Carroll looking for 7 here from Spencer Berger, who's had the last 2 extra points blocked. Let's see if they've got that figured out.
Berger came into the game perfect, 14 of 14 on PATs. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Saints up 42-12. Our score here, and boy, we've seen a little bit of everything in this football game this afternoon. And now the Saints score as Snap was unable to control the snap. And the Saints brought it back for a touchdown. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to be played in this game. It's 43-12. And this is the second most points that the Saints have scored this season. They put up 52 on Simpson. And Simpson, this is their first year of football. Yeah. And Simpson is struggling big time. They're going to be a full-time Frontier Conference member next year, but boy, it's not easy to start a football program from scratch. And when the Saints got by Simpson on homecoming on September 21st, they had 509 yards of total offense in that game, and Simpson had just 192.
Wow. Well, starting a new program anytime is tough, but when you're in the Frontier Conference, it makes the road a little even more difficult.
Klaus will kick off, and the Lights will have the football at least one more time in this game. And MSU-Northern has played well.
They have
in the second half.
Absolutely.
And that kick will go into the end zone, so Northern will take over. It was 30-0 at halftime. Saints led 30-6 at the end of 3. Saints out on top, and now the Saints up 42-12. So Northern will drop to 0-4 on the season, 0-3 in conference play. Carroll College will go to 4-1 on the year, and they're going to be 3-0 in the Frontier Conference. Scoreboard says 43, and guess what? I'm wrong again, Joe.
Again? That rarely happens, Rocky.
It happens. So 43-12, Saints lead. Buckley, that is a bit overthrown to his intended receiver, and a lot of new players in the game now. And Amante is in a contest from Big Sandy. It's going to be second down and 10 here. Tyson Buckley, 6'2", 289-pound quarterback, the fourth quarterback we've seen for the Lights on the afternoon. It's going to be second down and 10. Northern did not have a completed pass in the first half of this football game, and now they have a new ball carrier for no gain across the right side.
3 is the number.
And that's Jackson Parkinson from Power
High
School, Class C, 5'7", 166.
About 20 miles north of Great Falls. Yep.
And it's going to be third down and 8. 2.5 left on the Opportunity Bank scoreboard. I'd like to see Tyson Buckley just air it out deep here.
See what he can do. You might get to see it.
Buckley flushed out of the pocket, and Buckley throws it on the run, and the pass is complete at midfield.
Yep, nice
and
play.
Woodard to the 45-yard line.
Great throw that time. Great vision down the field. He started to run, pulled up, saw his receiver moving to an open spot, and got him the football. Nice play.
Tyson Buckley can throw the football. 2-minute timeout, 43-12, Saints.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Montana Chevy dealers.
There's a lot of tradition in farming. My son, he picked up everything. When my grandson was born, we both were chewing, thinking about what could happen, mouth cancer, throat cancer, or worse. Finally, we decided that's addiction, not tradition.
To protect my son, we quit. We did it together.
Took us a few times, but we're stubborn.
We called the quit line, found what worked for us.
And we quit for good this time.
The 2-minute timeout, I'm not supposed to call it a 2-minute warning. That's in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
College football, it's called a 2-minute timeout. We have 2 minutes left in the first half and the second half. Buckley flushed out, will throw on the run again, and that will be incomplete. And White, the intended receiver again. And it's going to be second down. Coming up for the Lights.
Yep, Cameron Pruitt, linebacker, in on the coverage that time. Timed his contact just perfectly, got in there and broke it up.
1:54 left. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. And the Lights from the Saints 45-yard line. Buckley over the middle, incomplete. An intended receiver was Jeremiah Benson. And, well, Buckley just overthrew him.
He had a small window to thread that ball in, and he just about did it. But one of the things he'll learn as he gets more snaps is that from the snap, you don't want to always have your eye right on the receiver you're going to throw it to, because the defense knew where he was going with that football before he threw it.
You know, last year they struggled with so many injuries on the offensive line. Well,
True.
Today, man, we've seen 3 quarterbacks that went down. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 here. Buckley takes a hit, and Buckley will be brought down. And
Sweatland was first,
yeah,
I think.
Sweatland got him.
Yep, Jacob Sweatland came firing through.
We haven't had a penalty flag for a while. 4th down and long, snap to punt. And Quinn Belcher to receive. Minute 19 left to be played in this college football game.
Lights need a good snap here. They've had problems with that today. Last punt was blocked, covered it, or taken into the end zone for a score by Forrest Swearell, one of the linemen.
Will Snap controls that snap, but he shanked the kick. And that's going to go backwards, and that is going to be a negative 1-yard punt.
You don't see that often.
A negative 1-yard punt. It was not blocked.
Nope. It was just shanked. Yeah.
Can we say the wind? No.
Well, maybe partially. He might have got a couple yards out of it had there not been a wind, but it was just a poor kick. He'll tell you that. It happens.
A couple of snaps. This game will be over, and the Saints will get another W at home as they improve to 3-0 in the very difficult Frontier Conference, and they're going to go into victory formation here.
And Quinn Stamps, the quarterback, who's going to do it for him.
Take a couple of snaps, and this one's going to end as they put up 43 points on the scoreboard, and for the first time in 3 games, the defense gave up a touchdown. They gave up a couple of scores, but still just 2 touchdowns given up in the last 3 games by this Saints team. And when are they going to get nationally ranked?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it'll be this week or not, because you're playing an opponent that hasn't won yet. But I'll tell you what, we'll find out how far they've come in 2 weeks when they play Eastern Oregon.
Well, the final score, the Saints 43, the Lights of MSU-Northern 12. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back. We got some Mountain Dew do-overs and the player of the game and the player of the game right after this.
We get it. Money is tight, and it's getting even tighter these days. And when you're making a large purchase like new tires, we also understand that you want the best price available, which is why Point S Tire and Auto Service will meet or beat the best price you can find on the same or comparable tires of your choice. Pair that with the best tire warranty in the business, and you'll have the best deal around. Only at Point S Tire and Auto Service, keeping you safe one tire at a time.
Your estimated wait time is 45 minutes.
Are you tired of being on hold? Then don't leave your money with strangers. Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
When you work with us, you work with community members who make time for you.
Our goal is to strengthen relationships and give back to our community.
We always work to be part of our community. So if that's important to you, don't leave your money with strangers.
Call the people you know at Ascent Bank.
Ascent Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Joe, how about this stat? I mean, what a difference in the second half of this football game. In the first half, the Saints had 210 yards of offense, Northern with 20. But in the second half, Northern's defense held the Saints to just 72 yards of offense, while they had 132.
Absolutely. That just tells you that this team, this Northern team, that suffered another loss today, definitely on the road back.
And let's go to the highlights, our player of the game and our play of the game as well. And I think that's going to be the same player, Chris Akulchin, and this is that amazing run that he had in the first half where he was stopped dead right there.
Yep.
And then Chris broke through, and then he tiptoed along the sidelines.
Stiff-armed another guy.
And he ran that in for a 25-yard touchdown run. He was a leading rusher in the game, and Chris was also the leading receiver in the game. He had a receiving touchdown, and he also had a rushing touchdown. This is his receiving touchdown, and what a throw by Perka to Akulchin, and that covered 29 yards with 3:50 left in the second quarter. So Chris Akulchin is our player of the game. And he's also a part of the play of the game as well, and a big game for that young man as the Saints roll to a 43-12 win against the Lights of MSU-Northern, and a MSU-Northern team that is beat up, to say the least.
Yep.
And Jack Perka, wow. I mean, throwing across his body, he was 13 of 16, 181 yards in the game with 2 touchdowns. So Perka played very, very well in this contest, and hats off to the Lights of MSU-Northern, who outplayed the Saints in that second half.
The second half, they definitely did. They just kept rolling. And Carroll kind of took their foot off the throttle a little bit. I'm sure that's what Coach Troy Purcell, one of the things he'll mention in the postgame, is that they didn't really have the second half he had hoped for. But they'll learn from that, and they've got their hands full next week in 2 weeks with Eastern Oregon. And for MSU-Northern, as you said, they can build from that. They can build from what happened.
A much improved team from a year ago. 43-12 Saints win. Take one more break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up.
Our kids love to play. Whether they're playing outside or playing house or playing dress up, there's one game they're playing all the time. They love to imitate you. You're setting an example. Make sure it's one you can live with, and one she can live a long, healthy life with, too.
Education that works. That's our purpose. But it's more than a purpose. It's a promise. A promise that your education is about more than a piece of paper. It's about a career. Learn more at msun.edu.
Right now, I got a feeling in my soul and it's out of my control. I just gotta let it go. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. So tell me.
Introducing Bubbly Burst, new from the makers of Bubbly. It's bursting with fruit flavor, no added sugar, and all smiles.
Joe, I've announced thousands of games over the past 40 years, but I'm not sure if I've ever seen a college football game or even a high school game where a team loses their top three quarterbacks and are down to a fourth-string quarterback. I mean, how many teams even travel with four quarterbacks?
Yeah, I was surprised that they had a fourth, but he's legit. I mean, the Buckley kid, he played well for them as the fourth guy. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks or next week when they play Eastern Oregon, who gets the first snaps. But Buckley definitely earned some playing time today.
You know, Northern, they run the option. They're able to run the football. Mason Dion is a fantastic running back, one of the very best in the conference. How about 3 games out of 4 where he's rushed for more than 100 yards?
Amazing. I mean, because their offensive line obviously is young and then they're untested, but but he has found a way to keep that offense on the field with his prowess as far as running the football. He's tough to bring down. You're not going to hand tackle him. You've got to get some help too.
Big win for Carroll, for Joe McMahon, Rocky Erickson. Here at Nelson Stadium, our final score, the Saints win it over the Lights,